Are we live?
It's
awesome.
live.
Welcome to the Kurz Real Estate Show. This is our 100th episode. We're doing it ridiculous. If you haven't been here before, this theater is absolutely amazing. Like, we don't even go anywhere else anymore.
No.
Like, we just.
What for?
What for? Like, I come here, I
just
go
don't leave
straight to
Brickell.
my seat. That's true. That is
Okay,
true.
you live in Brickell.
This is the only
You live
reason I leave the
Brickell.
Grove.
And to visit you guys.
This is true.
And to visit you guys.
Visit you guys.
Yes.
We do
Because
that.
you have alcohol.
A lot of
And you
it.
live
Yeah.
close to CMX, so
And you live close to CMX.
A block away. It's awesome.
Guys, we're crazy excited. We got a slew of people that are coming through, amazing guests coming through. We have Mayor Regalado is going to be here later on today. That's pretty amazing in itself.
exciting.
It's exciting that so many people are excited about our 100th episode and, of course, our first year anniversary as a company at Kurz Real Estate, which we're crazy pumped about. I mean, I honestly can't even believe it's been a year already. Like, I mean,
Yeah, it's nuts.
No, time flies, and it almost appears as though we planned the time frame. It's like our 100th show, our anniversary, all within the same time
All at
frame.
once.
we
Yeah,
didn't we
so
didn't
we
even
just,
realize
bottled
that
it up.
they're literally a day apart. So the show's anniversary is today. The company's anniversary was yesterday, but we're celebrating today.
So now
it's
we
a
know
day
that
apart.
David likes to do a lot of crazy things in the beginning of August.
The beginning
Yes.
of August.
So
Yes.
avoid him at all costs.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Just like, ta-da!
Mhm.
Not
I wasn't
only
gonna
is he
I wasn't gonna
dressed
mention
in
anything
white,
to see if anybody
he has
noticed.
made his hair white.
We just brought the Bruce Willis version from Fifth Element on the show. Amazing.
You're welcome.
Amazing.
So when I say, if you guys don't know me by now, when I say that I'm committed to something, I'm absolutely committed. So I said it was gonna be an all-white party today. All white. All the way
Scalp
to
is
the
white.
top.
My scalp is white.
I look like a cotton swab,
Like a Q-tip.
like a Q-tip.
That's awesome, man. That's good stuff.
But man, I'm
Eric
honestly,
has it white
I'm having
too.
a hard time seeing through these. I know they're really cool, but I'm having a hard time
I'm
seeing
getting a
through
little dizzy. I'm not
like
gonna
it's
lie.
really dark. So 1 year has passed. Let's talk about real quick what we've accomplished in the last year.
I think it's pretty crazy that within a short time frame we have as many agents as we do.
So we're close to 90 agents.
Yes.
I think we're around
But
88.
we hired over 100 agents.
Oh, for sure. Like we've had a rotation just like any other company.
Yes, which is normal.
And
but still, it's
and
impressive.
believe it or not, we have a very low rotation rate.
Yeah.
You know, we have a high attrition rate is, I guess, the proper way to say it. And so we're able to keep a lot of the agents that actually come work for us because they're excited to be with us.
Yes.
We've got great coaching, great training. We got a great atmosphere. We got a great office. We got a great team. We got, I mean, a just collaborative
Everything that
environment,
you
open
need, yeah.
environment. It just keeps adding up. And what it does is it leads to a specific amount of progression and production, right?
Yeah.
So most offices, we talk about this all the time, most offices say that there's the 80-20 rule, right? And that 20% of the agents are gonna do the
Most of the
business,
production.
they're gonna create the production, and that the rest of the agents are just kind of there, you know? And maybe they do a deal here, a deal there, or whatever. But we did the numbers, we're at 76% of our agents are at production.
Nice.
Which is pretty
76%,
cool.
which the number probably
Yeah.
bumped up a little bit because we had a couple first timers close this week or last. So,
Yeah.
which is really cool. We had Christine Lynn
Christine.
had her first deal. Lester
with
Escoto
me,
had
with
his
me,
first
and she
deal.
was an
All
amazing
right,
agent.
And that was awesome. So Christine Lynn, not only was it her first deal, but it was an inside deal because Jen had the listing, she had the buyer. You know, Jen posted on our internal communication system that she had this listing in Coral Gables. Christine saw it. She said, "Oh my God, I think I have a buyer for that."
And
Done
we
deal.
put it together, done.
And so that's another thing I feel like is really
The camaraderie
important to
between
talk
them.
about is our communication.
Yeah.
Like we have amazing communication
So
within our
first we
company.
started, let's just say we started with WhatsApp.
Yes.
And WhatsApp was okay, it was fun,
Until
it was
we
all
got a
that
lot of
great
people.
until we had a lot of people and then
And it was
everybody
chaos.
was saying happy birthday. And that was one thing, one thing that we learned, but then now we have a different system. But regardless whether WhatsApp or the different system, we're going through the transitions of a new business and we've realized the system is more effective and yet we're able to communicate just as equally or maybe better even. So that's pretty cool.
I like it. It's funny. no disrespect to the beautiful not rep community, but you guys are driving me nuts with the WhatsApp, man. I'm about to introduce them to the system. It's WhatsApp. It's Latinos on top of that, so it's happy birthday, felicidades, hoy está viejo. You know, like it keeps going.
No,
And then you're like,
stops you.
and then I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
like I have no idea. Like I have to call the pres or the membership director or whatever and be like, hey, so what's going on? You know? But it's crazy, and thank goodness for the weekly phone call, so I get pumped in.
At least you know you keep yourself
I have
updated.
no idea. So
But, yeah.
what else? Let's talk, guys. Come on.
Listen, man, we built the baddest office there is,
Yeah.
period. Hands down.
We
Like,
started with 3,000.
Yeah, we started with 3,000. We just, this maniac over
3,000
here just
square
went
feet.
nuts. Opened up the other side. We decorated the crap out of the place. It's super, super nice, man. I mean, it's very
And we made
inviting.
changes recently too. So,
We did.
which
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
We added grass.
And there's not many
Grass carpet.
which is pretty badass.
It's a park where you can work at.
I mean, I felt like the other side, so I think that was my dream for the other side, because I felt like the other side, because it didn't have windows or anything like that, like how do you brighten that up,
You
right?
needed to bring the outside in.
Brighter lights, grass floor, we'll put some trees in there, you know, eventually. We'll
That'd
get
be
some
awesome.
really great paintings
He was
on the
looking at
walls,
palm
we'll
trees.
get
That'd be
TVs up, like TVs and paintings can be windows to the world, you
Yeah.
know? And so the idea would be to really get that pumped up. I'm excited. One of the things that I'm going to implement in the next coming months is, or next couple months, or next month, whatever it is I want to add that television that I told you guys about that will rotate the top 5 individuals, top
Oh,
5
yeah.
teams.
You should
know,
do one of those things like the
most
ones,
recent closing. Like,
the ones that are like long like this across the room.
So I thought about
and
doing
has
that.
like the information.
I thought about doing that, but you know why I don't want to do that? Because
Why?
you're talking about like the stock ticker.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Wall
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
it runs.
That shit's
You know,
cool.
you know why I don't want to do that?
Why?
Because mentally, as an agent, right? When you see your name on a list and it's like closer to the bottom, mentally it disturbs
It
you.
affects you, yeah.
It affects
It'll
you.
piss me off.
So I want our agents to be mentally affected by that and go, no, I want number 1.
That's right.
Right? And so we believe in one of the tributes that we believe in at Kurz Real Estate is being the top 10% of your industry. Right? We want to be, as a company, in the top 10% of our industry. So we want our agents to fight for top 10% in the industry, in the office, you know, moving forward, et cetera, you know? So that's really exciting for
That's
me.
why they come to our office. To
Yes.
be honest, so many agents have approached me and told me specifically that, you know, I came here for this reason. I came here to revamp my business. And within a course of just a couple of weeks, they feel like, wow, like I've really changed my business, you know, in comparison to how it was before. I'm doing much better. I have more business, you know, more properties that I'm closing on and so forth, you know, and they also feel like they have the support. Which is, I think, the most important thing, especially when you're starting off. And I'm not going to say that our business is mainly focused on people who are starting off, but we do get a lot of people like those who have tremendous potential, and yet they grow so quickly, which is great, and they stick with us. You
Yep.
know, essentially becoming the top producers in the industry at some point, you know, which is our goal. But we also have big teams. We have Dustin. You know, Dustin does very well.
We have
Eric,
Ray's group.
yeah.
We have Aries group.
Yeah.
We have your group. We have Eric Vargas's group.
Yeah.
We've got so many great, I don't know, like teams and environments. We got Mike Venerio
Yeah.
doing the investment side.
That's right.
What about all the awards we've got?
Ha! Let's talk about that for a minute.
Oh, I got so excited my mic fell.
So you got it?
Most innovative marketing award, entrepreneurial business startup of the year, 100 most influential agents, and now Eric and I are leaving on Sunday for San Francisco for the Inman conference.
That's exciting,
because
and I'm
we
jealous.
are nominated for the most innovative brokerage of the year in the country.
Yep.
I just want to point that out.
Yeah.
In the
They're gonna
throw it out.
win because I'm gonna be there in spirit.
Get Ray ready, please.
I'm gonna be
So-
there in spirit. Ooh, me and my probate.
We got 5 minutes to ring. All right, we got
Little
5 minutes
house in
still.
his bag.
We got 5 minutes still.
man.
All right, so another thing I want to talk about is the fact that I wrote 2 books this year.
Correct.
And I'm pretty pumped about that because the first book I wrote with Rudy, it was a very cool kind of Q&A kind of book, very easy to read, about 53 pages or something like that. And then the next book I felt
And
like
it was like a question,
yeah, it was a Q&A. It was
Yeah.
like question answer, which was cool. And then, but I feel like the second book I really like I don't know. I feel like I put my heart into this one, and I kind
You
of.
know, it's funny because I was like, when did you write this book? It's longer, for one. I saw him work
This
on
was
the
like
other
90
one.
something pages.
And
Like
this one,
double.
and
Oh, the second one, yeah.
he actually wrote this one. To me, it was like, when did you do this? When did you even have time to do this? I didn't even see you put it together. For
Long
that matter.
showers.
I live with this person, by the way. So.
He does it in hiding. Those are the times where he's like, I can't come home in a specific time frame, so he stays there and he starts writing his book or creating events, you know, which
Yeah.
I'm here catching up as well.
To be honest with you, it took me a while to write the book. It took me a while to cover it. It took me a while to edit it. I think it almost took me longer to edit it than it took to write it. Because obviously, like,
but when you
as I
gotta
put it
proof
together,
it,
it was
yeah.
like a blob. It was like a mess, you know?
Yeah.
And then editing it and cleaning it up and make it look right. And does this even sound right? Does it make sense? Am I repeating myself? You know, like, you get it. And then you start reading something in chapter 1 that says the same thing in chapter 6, and then you go back to chapter 1. So it's a little bit of a mission, but
It's more tedious.
I'm very happy because it came out in time, which is very cool because the first 100 people to show up to our event today are getting a free copy, signed
Come-
and delivered,
come and get your
signed, sealed,
copy.
and
Sign it
delivered.
off.
So this is going to be a really exciting thing because honestly, like, you know, of course, I want people to buy the book. You go to Amazon.com, you search for David Kurz, you're going to find 2 books there. The latest one was Take Action. But the book is exciting for me. It really talks about taking action, taking steps forward to do something important in your life, in your business, creating wealth, doing amazing things of that nature, you know? And so,
You need to do like a book day where people come and you know, where you talk about your book and people come in and get it signed and all that stuff, you know?
I'm down.
Get the understanding of why you wrote the book and everything else. I think that'd be really important.
I'm down. That would be awesome. Well, let's get him on. Let's get Ray on.
All right,
Give us
Ray's
1
coming
minute.
on, baby. Hello.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Haven't seen you in years.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Dad.
Hey,
Congratulations.
what's going on, Ray?
Hey, Dennis.
What's up? Who?
Dennis Rodman.
Oh, shit.
That's awesome. That's what you look like.
Oh, man, it's good stuff.
That's fucked up, man. I was going with Bruce Willis' Fifth Element.
That's true.
That was
Yeah,
good.
that's what I like that one better. I like that one better.
Better than Rodman?
Yes, that's awesome. All right, so,
My twin.
Huh?
huh?
You were on?
What?
What?
Yeah, we got to keep going.
You
All
hot?
right, so I got to ask you a question.
Yes. This is a big
I want to talk. I want the next hour to be kind of about entrepreneurship, marketing, and so forth and so on. First of all, let me introduce you. This is Ray. So Ray is a twofold, I guess, partner. So is the branch manager for the TRMG insurance office that's located inside of the Kurz real estate office, offering our agents an opportunity to provide insurance policies for their clients as they purchase homes. So very, very cool.
My wife and myself.
Other than
Absolutely.
us,
I met you in August of last year.
Yep.
As we were finishing the office.
As we were
Yeah.
finishing the
Yeah.
office,
I said, what are you guys
and you
doing
came
here?
in and you were like, "What are you guys doing here?" And we said, "We're going to open a real estate company." You said, "I got a real estate license,"
yeah,
and
and so did
I like my
we.
we're
wife.
here. Came over to the infamous Kurz Real Estate,
Yes.
and you guys have been doing great ever
Our
since. It's
biggest
been
support
amazing,
from the
right?
beginning.
You know?
I didn't think about real estate for the last 30 years until I got Sweden. I was doing it only as my investor. And then when I started meeting you, talking about the social media marketing, it was like, this makes perfectly good common sense.
Common
Like,
sense.
How does it work? How do you get on the phone and call
That's what
me?
we're here for, Ray,
Hey, so-
to push you.
So
Eric and Jen,
speaking of
yeah.
marketing, I want to kind of give you the insight. So how do you market insurance? Because I know how to market real estate. We talk about that all the time. But how do you market the insurance company? Like, who do you market to? Who's your dream client? Like how are you pushing out there, hey, you know, we're an insurance company and we can offer you great benefits.
Right. Our dream client is the companies from 10 employees to 50 employees, small to medium-sized businesses. That's the niche because the large giant agents companies use the big boys, the big insurance brokers, national brokers. Whereas the small to medium-sized companies, they're looking to save money in their insurance. They're looking to have great service. So my target marketing is network marketing through businesses. I do a little bit BNI,
Okay.
which is a network marketing group where it's business to businesses. I go to social events. And basically, I talk to every entrepreneur here in Miami and say, hey, listen, Very simple. Do you have anybody in business that you're doing business with in insurance? No? Okay, let me give you a free quote.
Yeah.
We typically say we're clients like you.
Yeah.
And everybody loves the word free.
Free.
Because we love free
quote.
stuff.
That's
Free
right.
stuff. It's free quote. It's not like I'm saying, here's life insurance. They sell also. But like, people say, oh, I'm going to die, you know?
Yeah.
They sell life insurance.
You're part of a BNI group as well, right? You find that to be effective?
Very effective. I didn't think it was going to be effective. I thought it was going to be a lot of hoo-ha. And I realized when you get together with 20 people every Wednesday morning for breakfast at 7 o'clock in the morning, crazy.
7 o'clock in the morning. I'm not even up at that time.
You have to get up at 6 o'clock to get there by 7. But what happens is you become friendly with these people. And then you have 20 people networking for you. They know who you are, what you do. And it's like having 20 salespeople thinking about you.
On your side.
It's a
Yeah,
great
that's
way
awesome.
to leverage yourself. That's the ultimate leverage.
I think leverage through networking is huge. It's huge.
It's the whole
Like
world.
for us, you know, as real estate agents, a lot of people get hung up visiting and networking with other real estate agents, right? But they don't think about like doctors networking events, lawyer networking events, places like this, where you can make amazing connections, and then those folks are your 20 sales reps, right?
Exactly.
And they're rooting for you.
Right. They
You
want
know?
you to be succeed. And likewise, when I, for example, there's an accountant in our office, like so I'll say, someone needs accounting. Oh, here's the guy. I know him right away. Or there's somebody who does.
You have all the
social-
resources. You come up with the person that has all
and
the
you can say
connections.
from your heart, I know that person.
Yeah.
That person, I've been with that person now for 6 months, a year,
Yeah.
right? You know who they
Waking
are.
up at 7 o'clock, being there at 7 o'clock in the morning, right?
You don't get to say for a real life, that's a really a good person. Or don't use person.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
stay away,
Stay away
warning.
from that person.
So let me ask you,
Okay.
everyone needs insurance.
Yes.
There are a million insurance companies out there. How do you stand out?
We win that 85% of everything that we bid on because we're always 5 to 30% less expensive than we can quote it out.
So that's pretty significant.
Yes. So when we quote out a business insurance, forget about homeowners insurance. Homeowners insurance is pretty much competitive. And you can save people 5 to 10% on the homeowners insurance.
Yeah.
But in businesses, when you repackage it and you put it together through, let's say, a Lloyd's of London underwriting, or you put it together through one of our master agent brokers, they can put any price you want on it. They can, to sort of win the business, it's very, very negotiable with the company. Whether it's a premium of $50,000, okay, we'll make it 42 to win the bid, and they'll keep it that way for 3 to 5 years for the client. So we save clients tens of thousands of dollars every year. The only question is
Do you
getting
think-
out to meet these clients.
I think a lot of clients also get very used to just paying their insurance, right? Like
Yeah, they don't
6
think
months,
about
like
it
let's say,
afterwards,
yeah.
or they don't think about trying to see if their values can change at some
Right.
point, you know?
Do you know, like I think about homeowners insurance policies, right? And when I think about that, like when you first buy a house, you might shop around. And then it gets attached to your mortgage payment.
You don't even
And
think
then you
about
don't think about it for 30 years.
No,
Yeah.
you're just constantly paying.
30 years, you
We're
just do
creatures
it,
of
do
habit,
it,
man.
do it,
Once you
do
get
it,
something,
do
it
it,
gets
do
off.
it, you know?
You don't even realize what coverage you have. How's that? Most people don't even know if they're underinsured, overinsured, have the right
And then
coverage.
something
Yep.
happens, and all of a sudden
Right,
you're
it's all
stuck,
up.
you know? You don't really
Yeah.
value it.
Classic things is it's called actual cash value or replacement cost. Well, most people don't even know what they have in their policy. If something's stolen or is a damage, you have a cash value or a replacement cost value.
Yeah.
You don't even.
I don't even know what that means.
No, no.
That's why I let you handle it for me.
Exactly.
Aha.
But it's like the things that.
You let the expert handle it.
Pass the soup.
There's this
Food.
Sinkhole insurance. In Florida, it's a big deal, right? If you get it placed with your homeowners, the time you start your homeowners, it's basically free. Everybody
Nice.
gets it. But if you don't do it, you want to add it on, it's impossible. Because the insurance companies don't want to add on sinkhole, they'll charge hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
So it's the type of little things like
Things
that.
you need to know up front.
You need to know.
And we live in a city where hurricane insurance, flood insurance is extremely important. Look, for those of you that were here 2 days ago
Yeah.
for the
Miami,
four,
for me.
4 hours worth of rains that came through.
I heard, you know, the parking lot here.
The parking lot
Brickell
here.
got pretty
So I came here
Exactly.
yesterday. I came here yesterday to do the walkthrough, and I couldn't park in the lower level, and the upper level was packed. Like I drove around for like 10 minutes looking for a space because we couldn't go downstairs because it was flooded.
Oh my.
Yes.
Well,
That's
look,
Think about that. Like, could you
anybody
imagine?
says that there's no environmental issues and there's no climate warming, denying that. It's crazy. We
Look,
have-
I think, and
we have
that's a whole other conversation.
Right.
I think the truth is that climate warming has been happening for millions of years.
Yes.
But when we build for the right now and not for what if. You know what I mean?
And so, what I'm saying, the sea
yeah,
rising,
yeah.
it's happening.
Yeah.
Especially those things that are unpredictable to some point, to some level, you know, it's very hard. So you
They're
gotta
gonna. I heard they're gonna change the name of Miami Beach to Venice, Miami Beach. It's gonna be pretty cool. All right, Ray. Thanks so much for being on the show, man. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Of course, Ray.
All right,
Congratulations,
man.
man.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
I wanted another mic so you guys can hear me better. That's what it was. That's what it was.
So you can hear me better.
Yeah.
Let's get Mike from Rockwood up here.
Where's Mikey?
Oh, we got
Is
Joel.
We're switching him out. No, he was late. I don't want him on the show.
Ah.
All right, you can come on. Let's go.
All right, now, so you're
Oh,
off
yeah.
punishment. You're off punishment.
He was late.
Yeah.
I don't want him on the show.
Now here's the problem.
Hey, how are you?
Here's
I
the
love you,
problem.
bro.
Have me here. I run this whole studio down. It's
Hey,
I haven't been on in years.
You ever saw the movie Office Space? He's like the guy. I'm gonna burn this place down.
I'm gonna blow this shit up.
I'm gonna burn this place down, man.
Yeah. What's up, baby?
Hey, Melo.
Oh my God.
So,
This is awesome, by the way.
Yeah, it is. And you're live.
And I'm live. I know.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the beauty
So,
of live.
All right, yeah.
For those of you that don't know, this is Joel Platano Prensa.
Yes, that's
Joel Platano Prensa is the owner and CEO of the Fifth Color Design. The Fifth Color Design. How long has the Fifth Color Design been in business?
Been in business for 5 years.
For
Now in
5
March,
years now.
It's gonna be 5
So,
years.
so
We've been doing business before.
So yeah, so I knew Joel when he was One Color Design and, with his Epson printer and,
Oh my
and
God.
the very first MacBook that was ever created.
Oh my God. Yes.
And Joel would do. He had the Apple IIc trying to create like programs for me, and honestly, it created my first business cards, my first logo, the logo that you guys see on our show. He created it. Most of the stuff that you see behind us, the step and repeats, the wristbands, everything. Joel is the guy that does it for us. You know, the glasses we were wearing, Joel does it for us. So that's something that's critical. I think it's important for any business. I think that marketing is huge, and if you're not doing the right amount of marketing or excessive amounts of marketing, you are going to lose in this business or in any business for that matter, period, in the story. Some people do it.
That's what it's all about right now.
That's what it's all about. Look, I think we live, and I'm going to repeat this later on because I want to talk about it with some future guests, but I think we live in an entrepreneurial era,
Oh yeah.
right?
Definitely.
Our-
Children, teenagers are in that process. They're trying to create businesses in advance through marketing, through social media marketing specifically, because that's all they have access to and it's free for them, you know? So it's,
And they're doing it.
yeah. they're
Using
making it
YouTube,
happen.
Notice that
Facebook,
like the
you
40s
know,
and
all
the
this
50s
stuff.
is repeating itself with entrepreneurship back
What's
then.
that?
Well, it's kind of like the 40s and the 50s where there was a lot of entrepreneurship, all startup businesses, individuals just coming up with their own companies and doing it.
And
now
then,
we're just seeing all of
but then what happened? It turned into a blue collar
Yes.
era. Like our
Everyone's
parents and
employed.
grandparents, you know, like the man worked 9 to 5, the mother was the homekeeper, like
Yeah.
2-car garage, cookie cutter house, 2 kids, boy and a girl, white picket
Disney,
fence.
Disney has
you know?
a whole experience on that.
Yes, and so I think about it, and I'm
You
like,
have
we
to
live in
have
an
it.
era where everyone is working hard to be an entrepreneur. Everyone is trying to do bigger, better, more amazing things,
Yep.
and I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy that we live in this kind of world. What's up, sir?
Which sir? Which sir?
The
Hello,
one with
sir.
my matching hair.
That sir.
And he didn't have to work hard for it; like it just lived.
Just natural. Natural.
Just not like
Find
it.
the hair, by the way.
You like
You
it?
just noticed that?
Extra white.
So Joel comes up next to me yesterday. I'm sitting down at my computer late in the office, and he stands next to me like he does. He comes around the back of the desk and he like chills out, and he looks at me and like puts his head down, and the bottom of my hat with like the hair was coming out. He goes, "Did you pay your hair?" And I go, "I said it's a white party." And he goes, he just walked away. He just left.
You didn't
I'm
do
like,
it?
I can't go.
You didn't do it?
I tried, but no cogió el tinte.
I didn't.
No cogió el tinte y se hizo un problema.
All right, so Joe, I want to ask you some questions before we got to kick you off the show.
All right.
So, the investment group, I'm sorry, 10 years doing business together,
Yes.
easily, right?
Easily.
Easy. You're in our office now.
Yes, I am.
We took you out of Calle Ocho.
They took me out of Calle Ocho and brought me to the Coconut
To the
Grove.
Grove, baby.
To the Grove.
And then,
Soy fino ahora.
Sí.
so you've helped me brand the design,
Yes.
right?
But
I've
here-
come
here-
to you with amazing ideas.
Yes.
And you've helped me put them together. How many agents would you say are branding and pushing their branding and their marketing at very high levels that you're working with, like out of your people?
Well, out of my people, and let me just put you guys on blast, the Kurz people, I want to say...
No, not the Kurz people,
No, I
just
mean,
all the
in
agents
general,
that you work with in general, right?
From all the,
How many of them do you are pushing at a high level?
Pushing at a high, I work with over 100 agents.
Okay.
Okay, I want to say like 10 to 15 agents are really taking their marketing serious.
And why do you
Which
think that
sad.
is? Why do you think that is?
I think that's because realtors forget one thing. They're not realtors, they're marketers. Realtors are marketers. You're not
They
in
just
the
happen to be
business-
marketing homes,
They
right?
just happen to be marketing
It's a
homes.
different product.
And that's one thing that, you know, David Kurz, Eric, Jennifer, they've taken that to heart and they've been marketing like there's no tomorrow.
And like, and look, just so you guys understand what I'm talking about, you're watching us live on Facebook right now. We do this every single week. There is a step and repeat behind us with all of our sponsors and our logo. There's a photographer taking pictures of this. There's a videographer walking around. World Red Eye is going to be here taking pictures today. We will end up in so many publications over the next 2 to 3 weeks. That is
That's all
marketing.
marketing, yeah.
That's pushing to the next level. To the next level. I don't see why people don't do that, why they don't get that's important.
A lot of people, I think, are very shy to put themselves out there. There's a lot of
That's true.
limitations,
That's
like mindful limitations.
Mindful
They don't have to
Yeah,
go
right.
full-blown level
Yeah,
like this.
they're okay to be private, to be the secret agent, you know,
Exactly.
that kind of person. You know, and with us, for example, you particularly, you're like in your face. You know, you have to do.
Yeah,
these
he
things.
likes to be
And
in people's
anybody that's part of Kurz Real Estate understands that that's something that you want to do.
There's like 6 cameras
I think
around
it's
this.
just the
He
lack
likes
of
to be in
drive.
people's
Yeah,
faces.
he likes
I don't know what you're talking about.
In my opinion, it's the lack of drive, man. Everybody wants to make
That's
money and
true,
nobody wants
yeah.
to do shit for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, simple as that.
That is a big part, but I think there's something to be heard on both levels, right? Lack of drive and inability to conceptualize and attack that plan, right? Because they see other people doing it and they go, oh, I could do that too, and then they don't.
They
Like, it's
don't.
just a matter of taking
could be
action.
Or they
overwhelming.
do and only do it for like 2 weeks, and they're like, this shit don't work.
Exactly.
You get me out, let you go.
All right, brother.
I just want to say I'm really proud of you guys. I love you. You know that.
Love you
this
too,
guy
baby.
has been my brother for God knows how long.
I can see
Before
the
we started
resemblance.
working together. You see the resemblance.
We were family. We're family.
People,
The hair,
we are
right?
family before anything.
Is the hair?
Okay, thank you guys. Love you.
Love you,
Proud
bro.
of
Thanks, bro.
Love you.
All right, guys. Next up, we're bringing up Mike from
Scenario.
Rockwood
This guy's
Investments.
super hot.
Super hot.
Oh my
Super hot
gosh.
guy.
All right.
So Mike
Not in
just came
public,
back
Garrett.
from Mike just came
Just
back
kidding.
from Tony Robbins.
All right.
He's
Mike, what's
fired
your
up.
energy?
So
Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready out there? It's about to change right now. Whatever was here before, scratch that.
you didn't come with the 2 palos.
Yeah, exactly. No, we gotta say yes. Say yes, everybody. Get in peak state right now.
All right.
We're presenting in peak state.
I don't like sitting like that, bro.
Love the hair.
You want to switch
Have to
seats?
fuck her up like that.
Love the hair. Pucker it up. Always
Yeah,
pucker it up.
When you gotta sit up,
Shoulders
you gotta pucker
back.
your butt back. And I don't like the way that feels. It looks a little weird.
Mike.
Hurts
So
your back.
Mike is the owner of Rockwood Investments. Rockwood Investments is a investment group within Kurz Real Estate. He focuses on taking properties, wholesaling them, fix and flips, working with investors, helping the investors invest their money wisely in real estate and potentially flip and make things happen. So tell me a little bit about how and why you decided to get into investment versus normal real estate like everybody else.
You know, the one thing that I always share, I don't enjoy emotions. And
Really? You're so emotional, though.
I am emotional, but I don't enjoy other people's
think it's
emotions. I want to be the only emotional in the group, right? So you got to get a taste of it. It's so great. You put a contract, they don't ask you questions, they close the deal, and you get paid. So I made the decision to get into the investment world. That and because I have a background construction. My dad owns a concrete company, so it kind of was in my blood. I understood it. I got the tasting of it. I did my first deal. I made some good money, and I decided I'm going to jump into that business.
So, all right, we want to talk about entrepreneurship. We want to talk about marketing, okay? So, marketing your type of business, it does require a lot of exposure. How are you marketing yourself?
Okay, so, there are all types of different marketing, I guess. I would say I'm learning now more of the social media world. I'm more old school ground and pound style. So I spend a lot of my time on getting to know people, making phone calls, door knocking, building relationships. So I do BNI, I do networking events. Obviously I do a lot of friends with, a lot of relationships with realtors. So now I'm starting to turn more into the social media world. So I see the value in being on the internet and doing all of that. So now I'm going to start investing more money. But what I build my company in is more ground and pound, door knocking, the old school style.
Awesome, man. Now,
I don't know that I've ever seen or heard you door knocking. I know you do it. You talk about it all the time, and it's very effective for your business.
Have you ever seen any realtor door knock?
No, shut up. But he
He's
walks
got
in.
eyes on the Kurz team, huh?
I actually get some door knockers at my door.
But I've never seen you walk in all worked up or ready for door knocking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because look, I'll give you an idea. Today I bought a house in Miami Gardens. So what do? I drive the area. It's called driving for dollars. You drive the area around. You look for houses with high grass, abandoned look, boarded up windows. I get off really quick. I leave a sticker. We buy houses cash. I knock on the door. If I get lucky, I talk to them. If not, I go and track them. I'll write down.
You leave a sticker?
Yeah, I leave a sticker.
You put the sticker on their door,
Nah, I leave it
I was gonna say that's kind of rude.
The way I did the sticker is like a post-it. It looks like a post-it. You can peel it, so I'll only cut off half of the glue, and then I'll post it where they can peel it off.
Okay.
When you peel it off, does it leave the paper thing? I hate when that happens.
Yeah, an abandoned house like where
It's
they're
an
not
abandoned
stuck
home
to get it
anyway.
out. Huh?
It's an abandoned home anyway.
Exactly.
Also, what you're trying to say is if the place is
The one I
abandoned, we can
bought,
beat the crap out
I
of it.
would
Is
have
that what
thought it
you're
was
trying to say?
abandoned, and when I open the door, it's a family living in there. I'm like,
Oh wow, yeah.
all right, empathy kicked in.
By the way, do you want to sell the house?
Yeah, well,
Your
we
house
already
was
got it sold.
destroyed.
We're good.
Dude, all right, so one more question. How do you find the best possible deals for investment?
Wow, man, the best possible deal. I would say massive action. That's it. I can't tell you one avenue because I've gotten lucky. I wouldn't say luck, right? Auction platforms, I've gotten great deals that way. Relationships with realtors, I've gotten great deals. I would just say take massive, massive, massive action.
Awesome.
Say massive again.
That's great.
Massive.
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 Love that.
I was a little worried because
whoever's out
he
there-
just came from the Tony Robbins event. Where was it?
In New York.
In New York.
Everybody.
And I saw this guy going crazy over there, and then when he came back, he was fired up.
Yeah,
Like,
he was bouncing
he
around
walked
like a
into my
dummy.
office like literally, he was on fire. And so I'm proud of you.
Doesn't really
I hope.
extra. And it's
What a
real.
recommendation I
By
can say
himself,
is
he
work
can do it.
80% on yourself, 20% on your business.
There you go.
So master this. Once you master this, you're gonna get whatever you guys want.
Thanks,
now,
brother.
How we
Appreciate
walk
you.
away from Tony Robbins is two handshakes and a high five.
Hey! If you guys have any investment properties that you want to find, call 786-367-0111. I'll get Mike for you.
No, Rockwood Investments.
All right, so for those of you out there watching us and wondering who the hell we are and why we're so popular right now, you can visit us at kurzre.com. That's KURZRE.com. You can check out our live magazine at kurzmagazine.com. You can find us on social media at Kurz Real Estate on any social media platform you can think of. Follow us, tag us, love us, share us, and we hope that you guys are really enjoying the show today. Today we're going to have Vince up next. Vince, come on, Vince.
This is Joel's older brother. What's up, dog? How's everything, man?
Good. Yes, you went with the white, baby. So Vince texted me earlier.
Yeah, you did it.
Vince texted me earlier. Hey, Vince texted me earlier, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm a little bit confused here. I'm getting conflicting stories. Is this all white or like what's up?" So I wrote him back. I go, "Look, we're at the point where we're mostly white." He's like, "I saved you from having to go buy white shoes." That's what it was. I saw you and I noticed. I noticed that. All right. So I want to ask you some questions. We've been focusing primarily on entrepreneurship and marketing. Okay?
All right.
So Vince is, so those of you that don't know, I'm sorry I didn't introduce you appropriately. Vince Lopez is the branch manager for the Miramar office. And why are you interrupting my fucking show, bro? That way! No, I'm kidding. All right, so, he's like, what? He's like, what, bro? What?
Who is that?
All right, so, all right, so Vince is the branch manager for a Miramar location and a Kendall location, right?
PRMG.
On Bird Road for PRMG. They're a primary residential mortgage group. You have by far the smallest office with the highest production. What do you attribute that to?
Man, well, I always attribute finding, you got to find the right people, people that care and care about them, giving them the tools. Like I always say, they don't work for me, I work for them. Just finding out what do they need, whether it's training, marketing support, what do they need, and I'm there for them. So I attribute that having great people caring about them.
That's awesome. And how do you essentially keep your people happy because look, to have a small group creating very high volume requires a lot of coaching, a lot of love, a lot of consistency.
Yeah.
A lot, like there's a lot of giving going on there.
A lot of giving.
All right, so tell me about that.
Well, look.
Like crying
No
moments.
doubt.
Do you have a couch in your office for the?
Yeah, you're the therapist. You're
the
everything.
therapy. Yeah.
But yeah, dealing with multiple personalities, you got to be the type of person that have an open door policy, willing to listen, not always think black and white, but really, at the end of the day, how do you keep high performing producers? Is the accountability. Believe it or not, people think that we're entrepreneur, we're self-employed, just let them do what they want. No, if you're going to be successful, you know how it is. We're not reinventing. We're not making new things up. It's just finding out what works. Holding your team accountable. They're going to appreciate at the end once they see what you're implementing and what you're holding them accountable for, that they start getting results. And then they start to thank you when they see that check, when they see the people they've helped. All those things, they love it, and they just want to give more of that. So accountability is a big factor.
So let's talk about brand. You have a group of girls in your office, the Mortgage Chicks.
The Mortgage Chicks, yeah, home of the Mortgage Chicks.
Home of the Mortgage Chicks. So I want to talk about the Mortgage Chicks for a second because they've developed a brand that they're trying to create for themselves, and they're becoming very successful at exposing that brand as the go-to, I guess, mortgage folks in the industry, right? How do you feel that they've managed to really expose themselves like that?
Well, I mean, 32% of our business comes from past clients. So it's always taking care of your past client so they can continue spreading the word. So that always helps. Then having true professionals, this is the market of true professionals. You really got to know what you're doing, be able to educate the buyer. Because right now it's the seller's market. So how do you convince somebody to say, hey, yeah, I know they're asking for $10,000 more than their appraised value. How do you convince them? And it's not the word convince, how do you educate them that this is a good investment?
Yeah, that it is a good deal.
Well, if there's 2% appreciation in that market value, $500,000, you're going to get that $10,000 back in 1 year. So having true professionals is doing that. But let's face it, social media has helped. We have a brand ambassador, business development. All those things combined help. But really, I wanted to say, hey, it's always an honor and a privilege to be on your show, 100 show.
Thank you, bro.
1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary.
Come on, you guys are redefining what you guys do in real estate. Super proud of you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you. One more question for you. Do you believe that self-image, self-definition, and self-branding is important for a real estate agent or a mortgage agent?
It's important for both, and I would put all those under one carry. Self-confidence, huge. The biggest thing, for me when I'm dealing with someone, they may have drive, need it or want it. They may be humble, which is important, but if they don't have that self-confidence in them, it's really hard to overcome it to make it out here in this industry. They gotta have that grit and that grind, and also give, or as I call it, hungry, humble, and hustle.
And a hard shell, because this industry brings a lot of downfalls in the process.
Oh yeah, I've cried myself twice in the bathroom. Twice in fetus position. Oh God, hating my life right there and there, man. It was horrible.
You weren't drunk, were you?
No.
No.
I was
Okay.
totally
One more
sober.
thing I gotta say, love the new looks, by the way, guys. Awesome, man.
No one has said anything yet.
No, I love it. Sorry. I have to say
what
that.
I've gotten is a lot of people have walked in because I kept it a secret. So I got it done yesterday. and then I kept it under a ball cap the entire time, you know. And so a lot of people, I'm watching them walk in, and they're looking at me like, I'm like, yeah, that's me,
And
man.
some people have not noticed, which is interesting.
Which is
Well, this
interesting.
is a new look for me too. I got stopped over here. People asking me to bless their chicken. Bless their I wasn't too sure. I just kept walking.
You just gotta
This is a new
show
look
that
for me.
looks really
I've
quick.
never done this before.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, this is going to be the Kurz annual white party. That's it.
I'm
Done.
in.
I
I'm in.
called it.
Nice.
I
nice.
called it.
All right.
Brother,
Get ready.
thanks for being on the show,
No,
man. We
thanks for
appreciate
inviting
you,
me. Very
man.
honored to be here. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, my man.
So for those of you watching, you guys can find the Mortgage Chicks online. You can just go to Facebook. They have a great page. All their contact information's on there. We happen to work with Lourdes. Lourdes is in our office, and some other great folks in there like Hans and
Doris
Rocio and Doris
Miriam,
and
just
Miriam,
great people. They're amazing.
Maria. So a lot of great folks on that group. And they do
Where?
great
On my
business.
hand?
When I tell you
How'd you hold
that
it?
they are a small group doing extremely high volumes, that is exactly what it is. So you guys are going to be fantastic with them. You can reach out to them. As for us, Kurz Real Estate, you can call us 786-529-5273. Again, 786-529-5273. We just want you to walk in. Can't wait.
Rudy.
What's up, bro? I was supposed to do.
What's going on, brother?
This is like reality TV, man.
All right. So you rocked out the white jacket.
I did. I'm not comfortable
Appreciate
in it.
it.
but
Why you're not comfortable?
It didn't fit it to my size. It's a
Ah.
little loose.
Then open it up a little bit.
Little loosey
Let
goosey.
me open it up. Let me listen
There
to
you
you.
go. Just chill.
Women know best.
Just
How
chill.
you
Just
doing,
chill. All right. So Rudy,
Yes.
owner of New World Title. Welcome to the show. You guys can find New World Title at nuworldtitle.com. That's nuworldtitle.com. All their phone numbers and everything on there. And if you want to start closing at our office, just visit our office, join our office, be a part of our office at Kurz Real Estate, and we have them in our office.
That's right.
We've got a great processor in the office. We've got a great attorney in the office by the name of Bridget. They're amazing folks. They do great jobs for us. We're closing massive amount of deals with them. We're doing the closings right in our office. You guys are like 100% set up in Kurz Real Estate. So I appreciate that. And I want to point that out. So now you're...
I gotta point something out. Can I interrupt for a second?
yes, sir.
You know what he's gonna say?
He's been looking
He's been
at
eyeballing
it
it,
all
though.
A
over.
white party, man.
All right, Eminem.
What do you mean? You didn't get the memo? You should have came in here with the
Oh,
wire.
shit.
I didn't get the memo.
All right, so
I
first
kept
of all,
on
it's
seeing
not
him creep his eyes,
Eminem.
like,
This is
what's
Bruce
going
Willis
on?
in The Fifth Element.
Wow, I see the resemblance.
I'll take Richard Branson, too.
Okay, Bruce
All right.
Willis. We'll stick to Bruce Willis.
I'm Bruce
Still
Willis,
winning, right?
Bruce Willis, and Matt Damon.
Okay.
All right.
I can see
You
that.
guys see it, right?
Potentially, yeah.
Matt Damon, you know, Jason Bourne.
Oh, look sharp.
Thank you.
I'm J-Lo.
So,
Yeah, I can see that.
J-Lo.
all right, how many offices you're up to now?
15.
15 offices. All over South Florida?
All
Or
over the state.
all
Oh,
over the state?
15, yeah.
You're in Orlando now.
Orlando and the West Coast.
You're in Palm Beach,
Palm Beach.
Cape Coral.
Estero, which is right
Estero,
in between
okay.
Naples and Fort Myers.
Okay, all right, all right.
Right in the
But
middle.
you can service that area. It's-
Absolutely.
It's really not that far
We
from each
service
other.
the entire West Coast.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so I'm proud of you. I
Thank
want
you.
to say that
Thank you.
because very oftentimes you come to me and you're like, Dave, I'm proud of you. You're doing big things, blah, blah. But not very oftentimes do we get an opportunity to tell you that we're proud of you because when we met you, you were already at a level, so we kind of expect it. Like we're like, you're supposed to be there, you know?
But I must say,
But he
I
keeps
think when I
growing.
met you, though, maybe you had like 9 or 10 offices.
Yes.
You're 15 strong now,
Yep.
and only growing.
yes.
So we're super excited for you. We're proud of you. We want to see that continuous growth. So I want to talk about sales with you a little bit because I think that as a title company, one of the things that you guys have to really focus on is having a hell of a sales team. So how many people are in your sales team?
There's 15.
15 sales team.
15
Wow.
offices, 15 salespeople.
Wow. All right. So now you've got 15 salespeople. What are they doing to market themselves to bring business to the family?
Well, they're taking a page out of your book, and you know, there's no rule on how to create a relationship. That's exactly what it is they're focusing on. They're focusing on being in front of as many people as they possibly can, all the time, and creating bonds and relationships with these individuals who can actually send business our way.
Yes.
And that's really the key.
Awesome, man. That's
Beyond that, there's a lot of minutia. I don't know if you want to get too much into details with that, but ultimately, the prize is given to the people who are out there creating relationships,
doing big things.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let me ask you. I know some of your top salespeople. I love them. They're awesome. All right, and we can give them shout outs: Erica, Jen, Maylene, Mabel. I mean, look.
The list goes on. Josh.
The list goes on.
Yeah.
Josh is a beast. Josh is the salesperson. Like, the beast.
He's not better than me, but he's
So how often do you meet with your sales and marketing team?
I meet with them monthly.
Okay.
But I meet with them individually throughout the week.
Speaking of your sales team.
Flamboyant, Mr. Flamboyant.
So, monthly, what do you guys cover? How do you feel that you train them appropriately to do what it is that they do?
Well, we cover market trends. We cover competitors, what it is that they're doing. We cover territories. We cover anything and everything that can make us better. We train. We speak about sales. We speak about tact. We speak of anything and everything that can help grow their business.
Okay. So you and I have been talking for a long time about putting together a sales program.
Right.
So we're going to keep working on that.
Yes.
Speaking about a page out of my book and the sales program, if you go to Amazon.com, you search for David Kurz, you're going to see 2 books. My recent one, Take Action. The one prior to that, our very first book, was The Blueprint, which was building strategies to a successful real estate business. And this is my co-author. We wrote it together. We did it together.
That's right.
So I wanted to thoroughly introduce him because we did talk about the book earlier, but this is the other guy on the book. So when you look at the book, it's going to say David Kurz and Rudy Hernandez. And
Very proud to have done that.
we did that. It was awesome.
That was a great
We
accomplishment.
did one book signing, which I think was pretty cool.
Yes.
And at Merrick Place, right? Or
Yeah,
Merrick Manor.
Merrick Manor.
And we went to Merrick Manor. They hosted us. We did an amazing show. We spoke to a room full of agents and salespeople. It was absolutely fantastic. Okay. Now, next question. Title Girls.
Yes.
Amazing branding.
Yes.
What do you attribute their success and their growth as the Title Girls to?
Themselves.
Themselves.
I attributed their hunger.
Who created that, by the way? They did.
Yeah.
They put it together. They're
And
like,
I heard that they don't necessarily work together
They market.
but they market together, which is so interesting because they're using one big branding under one big umbrella, New World Title.
Well, whenever you get the camaraderie going within a certain amount of people within a team, and they vibe off of each other and they help each other when it comes to sales or when it comes to anything in life. These girls have been tight for a very, very long time. I just was fortunate enough to get them all in one place at one time. They came from different
areas,
companies,
different places.
title companies. They had known each other for a very, very long time. As a matter of fact, several of them came over from referral sources. One referred one, and then the other one came along, and we got them all together, and they had that tight-knit bond from the very onset. And they approached me and they said, "Hey, Rudy, you know what? We want to be a little bit unique. We want to be different. And we want to team up, and we want to attack as a team." And I said,
that was
"It sounds like a
amazing. They hit it off
fantastic
big
idea."
time.
And they took it and they ran with it. So,
really great idea, huh?
what do I attribute it to? I attribute it to their hunger. Their
And they are
passion.
hungry. I will tell you that the Title Girls,
That's why they're so skinny. No way.
they are hungry. The Title Girls chased me down for quite some time until they brought in the big guns. They were like, "Look, if you don't want to talk to us, talk to Rudy." Like, you know, and it wasn't that I didn't want to do business with you. I was committed.
Right.
And if you know me, you know that I'm loyal.
Right.
So, and I was committed. And they just happened to catch me at the right time, at the right moment. They stayed
With the right
on the
marketing.
follow-up. They followed up and in immense measures so that when the time came, they were still there. They didn't try 1 or 2 times to say, "Oh, this guy's never going to work with us." Like, they were there nonstop.
And ultimately, it changed our lives.
It really did. I mean, we wrote a book together. We're doing a web series together.
They found out that they're
So
cousins.
that's a secret, by the way. But we're gonna put it out there. We are doing a what is it, a web series.
gonna
We're
say
doing
it
like
for
we're doing something really cool.
We're doing a lot together.
We're doing a lot together. We're doing something really cool.
Doing videos together.
Just look out. We're gonna be on TV somewhere. So just coming to no pun intended. Rudy, thanks for being a part of the show, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for being a part of our business.
All great.
Rudy,
My pleasure.
Rudy,
100%.
Rudy.
Love that movie, right?
Give him a napkin.
Thanks, guys.
Give it to Rudy. Rudy, give it to Rudy.
Yo, my butt cheeks are killing me with these
My
hard ass stools.
back is
How we
here.
doing?
Listen, just because we're in between doesn't mean that.
2
No,
minutes
I
in the
know.
first
Oh, okay.
hour
The
done.
butt cheeks. I
Holy
would have
shit,
said a lot
guys.
worse.
Wait.
Huh?
2 minutes in the first hour's done, guys.
All right, dude.
I
I'm
hope
gonna
you
take a
guys
break.
didn't say anything inappropriate.
Well,
I
he
said
was
my
talking
butt
about
cheeks are
his
killing me
butt
on the
cheeks.
stool.
All right, because you know you're still live.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
My butt cheeks hurt and I'm
back hurts.
thirsty. Weird.
All right, so hold on. Let me flip my page. Hold on. There we go. So we got Louis coming up next. Awesome. This is amazing. All right, Louis, come on up. You can hold it. It's fine. Put it in your
Yay,
pocket. Doesn't
Louis.
matter.
Hello, how are
Louis,
you?
how are you, sir?
Good.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hi,
Hello.
how are you, Jen?
Hello.
Hello.
Eric, pleasure to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
I'm sorry. So Louis, I'm very happy to have Louis on the show. Louis is the director of CMX USA.
That's
So
right.
thank you for having us.
No, thanks
which
for,
is a really big
thanks
deal.
For coming, we're very glad to have you here. So.
You guys are like the hottest thing in Brickell right now.
Yeah, not only in Brickell, I would say in the whole Miami area.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would say that too. I would say that too. So, and it's funny because Jen and I, so this is my fiance, best friend. He lives in Brickell. We live in Coconut Grove, right?
Okay.
We don't go to any other movie theater.
Ever since we found out about here.
We came here one time, and that was it.
Yep.
Chicken tenders,
Delish.
crispy chicken sandwich. What else? Pork sliders,
Popcorn, caramel popcorn.
popcorn.
No, absolutely.
I can keep going.
No, the chicken
Alcohol,
tenders are actually
everything.
the item we sell the most.
I
and
bet.
and
That's the only
personally,
thing
I
I
have to
order
say
when
they
I-
are the best chicken tenders I've ever had in my life.
Yes.
I don't know
Believe me,
what's in the batter.
I work
water
at
and chicken
KFC, so
tenders.
that's a big thing.
Chicken tenders.
No.
We gotta order them.
All right, so
Chicken tenders, order.
we like to talk about the growth of companies, entrepreneurship, marketing, strength of a business, right? So I want to ask you some basic questions, and you can give our viewers an insight on who CMX is and where we came from and why you've become so amazing in the Miami area, right?
Absolutely.
So first question is, congrats on the success, first of all, right? What do you attribute your growth here at Brickell City Center and the phenomenon through Miami too?
Yeah, so I think people here in the States and in the area in particular were looking for a high-end place to entertain themselves. And this concept, we've proved it in Mexico, we've proved it in Latin America. It has worked great. And we knew that coming to Miami, which is a very Latin American place, we were sure it was the right fit. And obviously it has been because we're full every single day.
It's amazing.
Yes.
It's amazing. I'm gonna mess up all the questions. Gonna keep going. This place is great. You know,
You're at a candy store.
I am, and it's funny. I don't remember who it was when we were talking about doing this event. You know, this is our 1-year anniversary. This is our 100th episode. So there's so much to celebrate, and we were thinking, oh, where are we gonna do this? And we thought of like places that had like outdoor venues, and now like it's August. I don't want to be outside, right? I'm sweating now, and we're in the air conditioner. Imagine outside, right? And then somebody, I can't remember who it was, said, why don't we do it at CMX? That was you? All right, so she said, why don't we do it at CMX? And it was like mind-blowing. Like we were like, yes, what a great idea.
We come here so often. The space is amazing. You have a great space to entertain so many people. You set up amazingly as well, because this wasn't here the other times that I've been here. And this place just looks great, you know? So.
And I'm going to say that you don't have to come to CMX just to watch a movie.
Oh, no
You
way.
can actually come here and enjoy some food, enjoy some drinks,
Hang out,
watch a game.
Yeah.
I know you guys played the Classic the other day.
Yes,
So
we
they had-
have the largest indoor screen in the state of Florida.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean it was packed
Wow.
as every day.
I've come here before
That's
without even
amazing.
having to watch a movie. This place
That's
is great.
amazing.
Yeah.
So, this place, I mean, I feel like this is a place where you say, hey, let's go have a drink somewhere. This is an option. Like, it really is an option. Even though you're sitting in the middle of a movie theater,
Yeah.
it doesn't smell
Doesn't
like
feel like
popcorn.
it, no.
It doesn't smell like that nasty rug that's always in a the carpet in the movie theaters. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And people they spill so much Coca-Cola and popcorn
And
and
the
butter on
carpet
the
is
carpet.
sticky, which that's like crazy.
And the people walking behind the bar, you hear the, you know, none of that here. It smells amazing. It's beautiful, and so we'll just keep going because I'm going to keep giving you credit. How did the relationship between CMX and Brickell City Center flourish, begin? How did you get the spot?
So it was a couple of years ago when we started conversations, and obviously they were looking for high-end places. So it was like a perfect fit for one to each other to bring this high-end place to this mall.
That's amazing. And you guys are a perfect fit here, right?
So they reached out to you guys for the space, maybe?
I think it was mutual.
It was mutual
Yeah.
at the same time. Okay, that's pretty
So
cool.
I already know the answer to this, but how has CMX been received by the South Florida community?
Oh, I mean, you tell me. They have been amazing.
I wish
they
you guys
have
could
been
see
amazing.
the crowd that we have behind you right now. We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
No, I think I'd like to thank actually everyone. It's been great. They come over and over again. So
Let
I
me ask
couldn't
you a
have hoped for a
question.
better start.
Is this your only location in the United States?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
It is the first of many to come.
Yes.
Wow. All right. So that leads to my next question.
Yes.
What's in the future for CMX?
So we currently have 12 projects already signed, under construction. By the end of this year, we hope to have four more.
Wow.
By the end of the next year, then probably all 12.
What locations?
So we're going to have a couple in Chicago, Minneapolis, another one here in Miami, actually,
Oh,
in
really?
Gulfstream.
Oh, at
Oh,
Gulfstream.
in Gulfstream. That's
Okay,
pretty cool.
okay, okay, that's really good.
That's perfect.
Yes, one in Manhattan, one in New Jersey.
Nice.
Wow. Can you imagine this in Manhattan?
Uh,
So for all you Manhattanites out there, tickets are going to be $42 each because it's Manhattan. That's right. I'm sorry. It is what it is. You can move to Miami. You can call us, 786-529-5273. It's $22, half the price, baby. All right, so thank you very much for being on the show. We appreciate you guys for hosting us today. It's going to be a great event. We're here until 8 o'clock, so we're going to drive you guys crazy. I apologize in advance. But I'm very excited to have you on the show, and I do want to have you be a part of the speech that we're going to give at 6:30, so I appreciate if you can do that for me.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks so much, Luis.
Thank
I
you very
appreciate it. Thank you.
It was a pleasure meeting
Thank
you.
you. You too.
Thank you. Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's do one picture real quick of all four of us.
yes.
Yes. Oh, let me stand up.
You can get the blood going back to your legs. Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, my back.
Oh my God.
Olivia.
My butt was able to breathe for a second there. That was great.
How we doing? We're doing awesome, right? All right. Is OE Marketing here yet? So I just want to point out, OE,
wanna point out I
if
need
you're
to
watching
stretch.
this right now, you said you were going to be here at 3:30. Woo! I'm just pointing that out, OE. All right, so we do have a few people left to talk to. We're well into our second hour on the show right now. Guys, I'm excited. Like, I've been very stressed this week with the putting all this together and everything, that I haven't had a moment to.
Enjoy it.
I don't
Embrace it?
embrace it.
Okay.
Embrace
I got
it.
all
Don't
the
get
way.
all in. That's
I
the word would
tried
use.
earlier with Eric. I tried. Like, we came and we tried to put some. I tried to have a little emotional moment. I was like, hey, bro, we did it. And he was like, yeah, we sure did. And we kept walking. I was
I
like,
didn't know he was trying to do that. You know me.
I
I'm
was
like,
like,
squirrel,
I was
squirrel,
like,
squirrel.
that's a man emotional moment right there. It really is. So I'm gonna let that go. You know, that's what guys do.
Let me straighten up, let me straighten up.
Amen. Fist bump. 1 year, bitch. 1 year. Right. So we
Totally
knocked it
different if it
out.
would have been chicks.
So,
We would have been bouncing around
And crying and then wiping each other's
Right.
tears.
oh,
Except
awesome.
for me. 'cause,
So
you know, I don't do that.
we've done like so let's talk about the launch of our new app. Hello. So this is really cool. Huh? No yelling? I'm just really excited.
There's music. I can't hear myself.
But it
speak.
sounds bad on there? Okay.
I'm super close to the
All
microphone.
right. So how about if I talk like this?
All
Is
right.
this better? Is
We're
this
gonna
better?
mellow
I want to
down
make sure
now.
he hears me. And I shot guns for 9 years, so I don't hear anybody. All right, we're good. Okay, so I'll try to read your guys' lips.
Ooh, okay.
All right, so did you say ass? What? No. So our app, we launched a new app. The new app is on what is it? The Play Store, Google Play Store. It's also on the Apple App Store. and you can find it just by searching Kurz Real Estate. Kurz Real Estate will be in there. You can download the app. If you know an agent in our office, just reach out to them and have you send them a copy of their app, because every single one of our agents has their own personalized application that they can use. You can download it through their special link and love it. And you can utilize it all over South Florida. It's connected to all of the real estate that's happening down here.
More conveniences Kurz Real Estate has to offer, I think.
So, 6,000 square feet, almost 90 agents, 2
Correct.
books, amazing training program, coaching program, 76% of our agents
Great
productive.
company.
Innovative marketing
I
award.
didn't read your lips because you look that way.
Sorry, it's a great company.
Great
Great
company.
company.
Did you say great company?
All
Yeah.
kinds
Yeah,
of.
it was a great company.
It was a great company. Oh, I thought he said a great company, but he was really talking about himself.
Yeah, guys, that's
Oh,
great
okay.
company. I'm like, great company.
Oh,
Not the actual company. You guys
you
ruined
lost
it.
me.
Never mind. It is a great company. Thank you very much. Right? So,
But
next
yeah,
person we're going to
both
have
are
on
good,
the
both are good, yeah.
The next person we're going to have on the show today is Mr. Ron Mann. He is from the South Florida Business and Wealth magazine and online service. We want to talk to Ron for a little bit. Come on, Ron.
I was just putting on to go to Facebook. How are you, Ron?
Come on in, man.
Huh?
Grab it right
Thank you.
there.
Yeah.
So, Ron, Jen, Eric,
Hi, Ron Mann.
Pleasure to
How are
meet
you?
you.
Eric,
South Florida
pleasure to meet
Business
you.
and Wealth magazine.
Very nice to meet you.
thanks for being on the show,
Thank you.
by the
I
way.
didn't get the memo about the white party though. But,
You didn't?
Almost,
So,
almost.
so
You just
well, you got a white
exactly
shirt. At least you got the white button down on.
I'm wearing a white underwear actually.
Oh,
There it is.
perfect.
See?
He's in.
And I'm not. So, we're backwards right now.
All right, there we go. So,
That's awesome. So, Ron Mann is with South Florida Business and Wealth magazine. You can find them online. Can you tell them the web address?
it's sfbwmag.com.
Fantastic. And so I went through it. I went through the online site. A lot of amazing articles on there.
Thank you.
I recently I was reading one yesterday with Warren Buffett
Yeah.
and his investments and some of it talking about real estate and things like that.
Yeah.
So amazing information in there. You guys definitely need to visit that website. It is SFBW, South Florida Business and Wealth, SFBW.mag.com. So I want to go through some questions with you. We like to talk a lot about marketing.
Okay,
We like,
good.
which is your
That's
obviously your
our
forte.
business, man, yeah.
And we like to talk a lot about entrepreneurship and business and wealth, right?
Yeah.
So when did South Florida Business and Wealth magazine begin? How did it begin?
Well, we're part of a large publishing group called Lifestyle Media Group.
Okay.
So we have about 14 magazines, regional publications throughout Broward and Palm Beach County. And South Florida Business and Wealth was actually started a little over 2 years ago as our
Amazing.
out front business publication. Circulation is 30,000 tri-county.
Wow.
And we have an amazing roster of events too. We probably do about 30 events a year.
Oh, wow.
In addition to that, we have an event series called the CEO Connects, where every month we rotate on counties. We'll interview a top CEO in the area.
I feel like I'm getting a call soon. I'm just,
I think we have you on board, David, for that. We do an awards called the Apogee Awards.
Beautiful.
Which is great. It's we honor 27 C-level executives, 9 per county.
Wow.
With a big event in November, and we do top HR, and we do top up and comers, and the concept behind it really is to cover the individuals that are behind some of the big industry sectors here in South Florida. We know what that is.
Yeah.
Residential real estate, commercial real estate, financial services, banking, construction, architecture, healthcare. Oh, thank you. Healthcare, education, those types of industries.
amazing.
That's great.
Amazing.
So you guys are basically like well-rounded. It's not just regular businesses. You like you said, healthcare and
Right.
stuff like that. You know what I mean? I guess essentially they're all businesses and it all depending on what it is that they're creating. But for example, when you came in, I'm thinking real estate,
Right.
commercial, that kind of stuff. So
No, we cover
you
the
take it a
entire.
step
We
further.
cover the entire business sector. Our feeling is basically very simple. Companies are boring. People are not. So we like to put people out front
okay.
that are in some of the most vibrant industry sectors here in South Florida, and those are the industries that we talked about. So when you think about what people like to read about, in today's society, there's relevant news and there's vital news. Vital news is stuff that you'll get all day long. You'll go online for it. You got to know exactly. You'll get alerts. Relevant is stuff that you really are interested in.
Yeah.
magazines actually are more popular than ever because people will tend to gravitate towards them for things that they're interested in.
For relevant
In fact, the top 3 magazine launches last year were healthcare, which is big because America's aging and people are into that.
Yeah.
Metro News monthlies like ours. And number 3 was pets.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pets
Pets are huge.
honestly are
People love
huge.
pets.
Yeah.
Be
In
on
fact, if
social
you're a
media,
healthy-
on everything, like they really have a top advantage.
Oh yeah. In fact, if you're a healthy pet in business, then you got all 3 of those.
Then you got it all covered.
All right, so what are some of the other publications in your network?
We have regional publications in Weston, Boca del Rey, Parklands, Sunrise, Fort Lauderdale. We have the biggest magazine in Fort Lauderdale, Los Olas Magazine. We also have a very interesting publication called Tribal Business Journal. We're the largest publication in the country that reaches out to the Indian tribes.
Oh, wow.
There's 540 Indian tribes in this country, and only 10 make money, by the way.
Wow.
The other 530 are really basically very poor. But the 10 that have the casinos, they make hundreds of millions.
We have 2 here, right? 2 here in Miami.
We have 2. We have to have 2 here in the state of Florida. Yeah, we have to have that. So we have a publication for that. We do a lot of digital marketing now, obviously. The smart publishers like ours have realized that digital publishing is something. Well, it's something that advertisers want. Now, 10 years ago, we would get $100 grand from a developer. Now we get the same $100 grand, but 50% of it's in digital marketing, and the other 50% is in display or print.
It's a huge difference.
And the marketing people in town, by the way, are a hell of a lot smarter than they were 5 or 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
It used to be they were just order takers running. Now they're older. They
They're
have
consultants.
MBAs,
They're
I'll give you a great example. A couple years ago, Related Group realized that for some reason they were getting a lot of traffic in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, for one of their projects. And they looked into it and they realized that there were a couple of people down there that were very aggressive and they were getting people interested. Within the span of 24 hours, they were able to ramp up their marketing, expand their sales center, and key into that. You cannot do that if you're not monitoring your web traffic. And monitoring. So when you think about key industry sectors like that, that's really important. Law firms were always good at blowing money, spending it indiscriminately. Now they have 15, 20 practice areas. They know exactly where to spend their money digitally because they know that if people are searching for a specific type of coverage or a simple type of event, they know to be able to do that. So if you want to key into that, you have to have a digital marketing strategy from a media standpoint.
Awesome. All right, because you're in the South Florida business and wealth, I want to ask you a very particular question.
Go for it.
All right?
Go for it.
South Florida, Miami in particular, is a very different kind of metropolitan city.
Sure.
We don't do business like New York does business, like LA does business, like Chicago does business. We're not like them at all. So my question to you is, what do you find to be a trend in successful business owners in Miami and South Florida?
Well, what I've considered to be a success is also something that was difficult for us to work through. We all know that we're a very entrepreneurial environment here. The reason is because a lot of us come from immigrant families. They came here in the 60s and 70s and 80s, and they had to work for themselves. They had to start their own businesses. So people grew up in that type of an entrepreneurial type of environment. So we come from having to do our own thing. We don't have really big industry sectors here. We don't have manufacturing here. We don't have those types. So our big industry is tourism. Yep. Banking isn't an industry per se, but that seems to be a big industry for us.
Yep.
So because we are so entrepreneurial, we're supposedly the number one city in the country for startups. That's a misnomer, though, because our startups are not technology startups. They're bakeries, they're restaurants, they're small businesses, and what ends up happening is people look at us and say, oh, why can't we build a technology hub down here? The reason why we can't is because, number one, our universities are not investing in technology. They're really not. I mean, University of Miami is investing in healthcare. FIU really can't pull its weight. They aren't. The second reason is because we don't have a lot lot of alumni that are bouncing out of technology companies and able to then invest back in the tech sector. And the third, which is the biggest reason, is the brain drain. We don't have enough local people here that are coming from key industry sectors that are staying
To be
here and
able
want
to,
to
yeah,
work.
yeah.
And our smart kids go away to school and they don't come back.
They don't.
Yeah, and it
It's
used
true. It's true.
It used to be people would go to school here and they would stay. Now they're coming to school here and they're going home too.
Yeah.
So
I think
That's really interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah, that's actually news to me for that matter. And I guess as I put it together in my head, I think, okay, so Miami is where everybody comes to finish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when they're older and they come over here to do certain things, but they really don't. At that point, they don't really care about technology. They probably don't even care about marketing. They probably already got it all covered by then.
Miami's a very difficult market to set up shop if you come from somewhere else because it's very hard to recruit. You know, people have to really buy into the diversity in Miami to want to move here and work here. I'm talking about not young people, because I think young people is our biggest chance because they want to be in Miami because it's a great place to live, work, and play. But I have a friend of mine who had a technology firm. He had to move to Charlotte because he could not attract key people, high-level technology people from other cities to move here. They didn't want to move to Miami. It was a scary place for them. They don't, you know, unless you really buy into the ethnic diversity down here and the cultural, you know, it's very hard for people to come from other places. That's something we're always going to be fighting.
Gotta look into that.
Next question. In a simple term, what is the #1 trait that every entrepreneur needs to have?
Oh, that's really easy. Passion. Gotta be passionate.
100%.
By far. I mean, I think that's the thing that drives everyone in anything. I mean, if you look at successful entrepreneurs, I admire entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur. I admire entrepreneurs. And the thing I admire about them is that they have blinders on, and they're you know, sort of singularly focused. On a daily basis, they're singularly focused. And that doesn't mean that you want to see. People think entrepreneurs want to change the world. I don't think entrepreneurs want to change the world. They want to change their little slice.
Some may want to, but not all of them.
And the ones that want to change the world, we hear about them. And you know what? They do change the world.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, when you think about like the Ubers and the Facebook
and the Apple.
I mean, they're changing the world. But I think if you really want to break it down, what makes a true entrepreneur? It's someone that has a true dedication, a passion. They're willing to prioritize that part of their life over other parts of their life.
Yeah.
And again, I blame Miami as a difficult place to do that in.
It really is.
There's a lot of distractions here. And
a lot of distractions
here, and which is for people that are focused and do have passion, you can break through that.
Yeah.
But you know,
But
we don't have a very we don't have a great angel investor, you know, sort of market here. It's like I mentioned before, we don't have a lot of people that are bouncing out of tech firms or other companies to be able
coming
to
here to
come
build
in
the
and
next
reinvest.
biggest tech company or
I
anything
mean,
like that.
that's happening. I mean, you would be better served to be in like maybe even a Palm Beach or a Broward County because you've got more people that are retired or that are bouncing out of companies like that than Miami. It doesn't mean that we're always going to be that way, but we're that way now.
I think we're that way now, and I think that we're different than we were 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, significantly different than we were 5-10 years ago, and we were talking about it earlier. I feel like we are in a entrepreneur era.
Yeah, we are.
Like it's changed. People have changed. Like Jen was mentioning, there are children creating businesses on YouTube.
You know why that's changed too? Also, I think Miami's getting a lot more respect. Well, internationally, we've always had respect.
Yeah.
Nationally, we haven't.
We haven't.
I mean,
You're
people
right.
from Europe and South America, Central America, were coming here forever and loving it here. People from New York were basically coming here and just saying, I want to party, and that's it. So I think, you know, things like Art Basel coming into play, things like Brickell really building itself up as a major metropolitan area. I think those types of things.
They're changing it completely.
Yeah, people have more respect. I think we locally have more respect for our own city from that perspective as well.
That's right.
So, next question. What do you see happening in the future of, let's call it Miami, the Brickell area?
Yeah.
Brickell area, the downtown area, the midtown area. What do you see for the future
Great
there?
question. So, you look at Brickell. You've got about 13,000 condos that are going to be closing in the next 12 to 18 months. Actually, in the next 6 to 18 months. That's a real number, 12,000 condos. Yeah. 99% of them are going to close. It's not going to be like the last time when people walked away.
Agreed.
So you're going to have people that are going to close on their condos. Now, about 75% of those people are not going to live in those condos. They're going to rent them out. They're going to put them on the resale market, but they're going to rent them out. So you're going to have, in the Brickell area, a massive influx of people that are going to start to live. They're going to be in the business community. They're going to come here for the live, work, and play aspect of it. Brickell community.
I'm excited about that. I think that's something that has changed from, let's say, 10 years ago to now. Is the walkability of Brickell, the accessibility of Brickell.
It's amazing.
It's like you can live in Brickell, work in Brickell, play in Brickell, eat in Brickell.
There's so much to do.
You don't have to leave. This is our little Manhattan.
You want to see what's going to happen? We're actually next up to get driverless cars in about 5 years. In about 3 years, you're going to start to see test cars here. In about 5 years, you're going to see parts of Miami, downtown Brickell and Miami, are going to be limited to driverless cars only. You're going to see that. So what's going to happen is you're going to come out of Brickell City Center, and you're going to open up your phone, and you're going to have a driverless car pull up, and you're going to take that. In fact, if you run the numbers on driverless, if you look at the research on it, they say that within 15 years, there's going to be 50 million less cars on the road in this country.
Oh my God.
Than there are
That's
now.
going to affect the car industry.
It's going to affect every aspect of that. So that's going to have a big, that'll have a big effect on the Brickell area, primarily because you can have, right now you already have people that don't have a car, that don't have to own a car.
Oh yeah.
You already have that, and then people use Uber and Lyft and
and the little bikes, the city bikes.
Yeah, but when the driverless cars come into play, then that's going to be even more, and that's coming. It's really going to come. Now you mentioned the Wynwood area.
Yes.
Wynwood's a tough one. Wynwood's going to be a much longer play.
Yeah, I can see that.
And that's exactly how we feel about it. It's cool, it's trendy, but it's going to take a while.
I tell you, the Wynwood is what happened to South Beach back in the late 80s. The New Yorkers came into Wynwood, and they bought up a lot of property like they did. They overpaid for a lot of it, or they paid what was market. Then the height restrictions came in. In Wynwood, there's height restrictions.
Yeah.
So you can't buy an acre and a half for $46 million. You can't make money unless you can build 30 or 40 stories and condos. So now there's 10 or 12-story height restrictions in Wynwood, which means that the only thing to build are micro apartments, because guess what? No one's buying a $3 or $4 million loft in Wynwood like in Tribeca and Soho.
Yeah, no, it's because it's not there yet.
That's going to take a long time. I think you're going to see Wynwood becoming great for rentals, great for mixed use.
Mixed use, business and membership. I think that's
going to be a lot of fun. I mean, they're keeping the Gaps and the Banana Republics out. Starbucks had to buy a building to open up in Wynwood. You know that?
Wow, I didn't know that.
Starbucks is opening up in the back by Zach the Baker.
Okay.
They had to buy the building. It's a little two-story building because no one would rent to them because they don't want a Starbucks in Wynwood. Wow. So they had to buy the building to open up a Starbucks. Yeah.
That's
awesome.
Amazing.
You don't want me here? I'm buying the whole place.
Here we go. Yeah. This is an ongoing argument.
Sure.
Okay. Let's choose 4 places.
Pizza looks amazing.
Coconut Grove.
Yeah.
Wynwood.
Yeah.
Brickell.
Yeah.
And downtown. So we got Coconut Grove, Wynwood, Brickell, downtown.
Midtown.
Where would you open a pub/restaurant for the long haul?
For the long haul, I would say for the long haul, Wynwood, I think, would probably be the way to go because it's got the longest. I think it's got the most upside.
Okay.
It's got the most upside in terms of what we just mentioned, and also the fact that it's a very cool, spread out area. You're not going to have a lot of traffic woes because of the fact that, like, I live in that area. I live in Edgewater.
Okay.
So you know the area.
Oh, I know the area back and forth. I know the design district really well. I know that whole area.
What they did there.
I think the Grove is great. I think the Grove has come back. I think office. I always said that office in the Grove is the way to go, because that attorney or that business person that lives in Pinecrest is tired of driving all the way to Brickell or downtown.
I agree.
And they're like, wait a second, my kids go to Ransom. I can have an office in the Grove, and I can walk into the Grove for lunch and for dinner. I think
that's why we're there.
That's why we're there. Our office is there, and we live there, and it's like.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
It's come back, and it's come back in that regard. I think downtown, You've got something interesting going on downtown. Moshe Mana, people kind of don't give him enough credit. He's bought up about 60, 70% of the purchases have been him. Because people don't realize the fattest pipes, the fattest technology pipes in all of South Florida run right under Flagler.
Really?
When Manny Medina was building the NAP Center, he forced the county to spend $1 billion back in the late 90s. We don't know this because most of the construction happened at night. He said, you guys need to run really fat technology pipes under downtown or I'm going to open this up somewhere else. And they did. And then there was no business to back it up. But guess what? Those pipes are sitting there now. So you're going to see every technology company in the country is going to move, when they move down here, it's going to open up right on Flagler.
That's awesome. That's crazy. Huh? We've been talking about Flagler for a long time. From a real estate standpoint, Flagler's an amazing situation. Flagler, 8th Street,
get in there.
all of those. Yeah,
The
if you
people
can get in there.
They have a zero basis. They've owned it for 3 generations. Why do you think there's so many dollar stores there? Because they don't give it. They don't care, man. You know, they don't have to. The people that own that property have owned it for 50 years.
All right, so we're going to close the show.
Yeah.
I got one final question for you. The most important question of the entire day.
Yeah.
What is it going to take to get me on the cover of the magazine?
Well, you got to be handsome.
I'm working on it. I got that covered. I even colored my hair for today. You realize that, right?
Yeah,
I said I'm very committed. It's a white party. Yeah. I went with white hair. I don't normally look like this.
I think we can work towards that. I think we can work towards something like that. I mean,
awesome.
we like entrepreneurial people, huh? I like it.
And I like the exposure, so it's a beautiful thing.
I'm glad.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, guys, check them out. It is SFBW Mag, MAG.com. Can't miss them. Check out the articles. Amazing information. Ron, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Bye, guys.
Wow, guys. What time is it?
Thank you. Oh yeah, of course.
We got what? It's 5:30? Oh my God, we have a half hour left to the show. I'm starving, by the way.
My butt hurts a lot.
Why do you think I just got up and sat down?
Yeah, I'm going to do that too. That works.
So, I know that you guys are watching us right now. In about a couple minutes, I'm going to grab some food, and I'm going to eat it in front of your face because I am starving. By far,
Just do it.
starving. So, guys, talk while I eat.
Oh my God.
Really?
I'm going to talk about my butt again.
You're-
God, it
you're the only
hurts.
one who's gonna be- No, I'm dying.
Man. Woo. I'm going to have to double up on my squats.
Who, what? He's coming. When he gets here, I guess.
It was like the 4th time I dropped this.
So,
Weird.
Mayor Regalado, we're waiting for you. You're up after OE and OE Marketing. I'm eating this right now. I know you want to come sit down, but I can't shake your hand right now because
I'm having some
I needed this.
That's it. I shake your hand, bro, but I'm trying to get in.
All the time.
Thanks for being here. Thank you, sir. So, ladies and
Mike
gentlemen,
is on another level. On another level
I
all
saw
the
your
time.
wife, and I was staring at her because I'm like, where's Zoe? It's a lot of traffic.
People getting
Right?
into accidents.
So, I want to introduce you. This is OE Marketing. What's your website?
www.oemarketing.com and
OE.
oemarketingonline.com.
OEmarketing.com, OEonlinemarketing.com. So, the basis of your business. You are a marketing firm.
Correct.
For,
We started off doing for attorneys and doctors.
okay.
We have 401k, 1-800 need help, Robbie Rubinstein, all the top attorneys, and it went so well that now we're doing it for every business. Real estate, title companies, body shops, dealerships, any type of business. We're doing all the social media marketing.
Oh, wow. All right, so for some reason, when you and I spoke, I felt like you were doing it, period. Like you were the one referring to the doctors and to the, like people call you and say, I just got into an accident.
Yeah, they call me or anybody on my team. I have over 25 reps at the office. Anybody that knows them personally, they get into a car accident, they call them directly and we help them out. And since that business went so well, we're still doing that. But now we're expanding it to help out other businesses.
So now you're focused and you're growing and you're helping companies like 401 Pain and all these other companies. So,
everybody.
and like, who doesn't know these guys, right? Like you hear them, Power 96, geez, give us a break with it already, bro. Like it's crazy. And then you
A
find
song.
yourself
Singing the song.
and you find yourself singing the song.
Well, the jingle
And
part. I love singing, bro. I think it's awesome.
Yes.
It's the
And
greatest
then,
thing
like,
ever.
the other day, I was listening to the radio, which I never do, right? I had the radio on, and I was like bobbing my head to like a really cool hip hop beat, and then I started to listen to the words, and it was a commercial for some like 401 pain or something like, you know?
I got that part unlocked.
Yeah,
I have
no
the
kidding.
social media unlocked. We don't have
Like-
any social media.
I'm like this on like jamming to an accident referral service. Like, yeah, you know.
That's my jam.
Then you realize that and you think, you know, you look like.
So you handle the social media aspect. You do that kind of marketing for them.
Correct.
So what do you think the number one most push platform for social media is right now?
I think it's both of them. Facebook and Instagram, they're both right there because Instagram is more just pictures.
Okay.
On Facebook, people engage more because they get to write, comment. It's more like a blog type of thing, you know? And Instagram is just pictures. But Facebook is a whole different monster because people get to comment and go
It's
back
a
and forth.
relationship.
Exactly.
It's a
So I think they're
relationship.
both as important. There shouldn't be one that you do and not the other. You gotta do both, Facebook and Instagram.
They have different demographics too, right?
Yeah. Instagram is more like a younger crowd, more like, you know, younger people. Facebook is a little bit of everybody and a lot of like, you know, older business.
People who can afford to buy houses.
Yeah.
All right. So next question that I have for you. How did you get into this business? Like, what turned you on to get into this business? Because the last person that we spoke to, Ron Man, who is with South Florida Business and Wealth, right? Ron says the one thing you have to be a successful entrepreneur is passion, right? So how did you get into this business?
I started off promoting all the nightclubs, meeting a bunch of people. And I became one of the best promoters. I was promoting all the clubs. Live, Mansion, Blue Martini. So then I knew so many people, and then one day somebody came up to me, they're like, hey listen, why don't you do this thing? You know everybody. Why don't you just tell all your friends if they get into an accident to give you a call and you help them out with everything? I'm like, sounds good. I started doing it, it started going well, and then I started learning little by little. 6-7 years later, I opened up my own company.
That's
Nice.
amazing. And
That's
so,
awesome.
what are you more passionate about? Marketing or social media?
Social media has brought me
My
like all
parents
my
are
success.
arriving.
No, I don't know too much
They're
about
late.
just the actual marketing. I never went to school for marketing or anything. But social media is like my bread and butter. Ever since it started, I've been on there, learning everything, doing everything little by little, and I'm an expert already.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Now, social media consistently changes, right? Like they're always coming out with new things on social media. And, Facebook's always changing their algorithms and stuff. How do you stay in tune with what's happening?
I'm always researching. I'm always asking people. The one thing is to always ask other people, to always get information. I don't know everything. I'm not Jesus Christ. So I go around and I ask everybody, hey, listen, what's going on with this? I find out new apps, to follow people, unfollow people. So it's just, I Google everything. At night, I stay up 2-3 hours just looking for new apps, new systems that are
Just
coming
to
out.
better yourself, to be
Always,
up to
yeah.
date.
Everybody's
There's
always afraid of
something
asking.
new all the
Everybody
time.
siempre tienen pena or something, bro. You know?
I learned from so many people that don't even know too much about social media, but their friend has an app that they got, and they're like, hey, do you know about this app? I'm like, no. And it's one of the most amazing apps that I use right now.
Yep. It's crazy. Crazy.
It's just about asking and talking to people and not being afraid.
Staying in tune, yeah, with it.
I love social media. I honestly I can't believe that companies, like major companies, still spend millions and millions of dollars on TV. Like personally, I can't believe that companies still do
Well,
that.
I mean, people still watching TV. I don't see. I
They
mean,
do,
the only
but-
thing is that it is more expensive for sure. So you don't necessarily like leverage. You have, you know, whereas social media, you can touch so many people and you can determine what people you want to talk to, you know, or get to, or whatever, you know. So
And you
it's very
can
specific.
kind of do that on TV because they have the demographics for TV, like who's watching NCIS and who's watching the Voice Awards and who, you know what I mean? But I feel like for what it costs to be on television, like let's talk about the Super Bowl.
It's crazy
What does
money.
a 30-second commercial on
Yeah.
the Super Bowl cost? $1 million, guy. Do you know how much exposure you can get on social media for $1 million?
Insane.
And the thing too that I realized, it's not just about the commercial. Because you can put a commercial on TV, a bunch of people watching,
but you don't really
There's no
touch them.
interaction. You can't touch it. Yeah.
Social media,
can't
I'd
connect.
rather touch 10,000 people on social media that they see me every day with my family, with my kids. It's like they get to be in my life.
Yeah.
They see what I eat, where I go, who I hang out with, how I live, what I do every day.
Well, it's one of the reasons why reality shows are so successful, because you get to tap into people's lives. So that's what social media is.
That makes a ton of sense. Like that's exactly right. Like reality shows are successful because even though somewhere deep down inside you know it's scripted,
Yeah.
but it looks like that's their life.
Yeah.
And you want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And your way of being a part of it is being able to watch it.
Yeah.
Like really that simple. Dude, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
We owe you. We appreciate it.
Amazing event.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
It's crowded. We gotta take the camera and show everybody, but it's crowded. I'm digging it. I'm loving it. It's gonna be a great time.
Gotta do it again.
Thank you very much, bro. Every year, from this moment forward, we already called it. Every year, this will be the Kurz annual white party. Period. End of
So
story.
save your outfit. You got a new one. You got a new
Hey, no, we gotta wear a new jacket every year.
with a different pattern.
Next year, I'm gonna have little white Kurzes everywhere.
Oh, you gotta go to that place Stitch. They make dope jackets here.
There we go. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Nice meeting you, bro. Thank you.
So, guys, I feel like, why don't you guys grab a piece of pizza? I want to show you what's going on here real quick.
I already ate a piece. My butt hurts a lot.
I'm dying. My back is killing
Look
me.
at this crowd, ladies and gentlemen. They're the in-laws and the parents.
Hey. Mom and dad are here.
How cool is this right now?
Get out of my way. Get out of my way.
Get out of my way.
This is our crowd right here. A lot of amazing folks. There's Lee Khan right there. There's
What's up,
family
Lee
over
Khan?
there. Please ask
Good.
Jen not to walk away.
Lincoln, you met my mom?
This is your mom?
This is my mother.
You can't leave. You can't leave. You can't leave.
No, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
Like what? 15 years ago? Was it 15 years ago we had drinks
Come on,
in
man.
our house in Kendall?
Who's crying?
So,
Citizen Bell?
huh? Oh, he should have sponsored.
Your hair looks so good.
Fuck out of here. I believe the mayor should be here anytime soon.
I think
He
we're
knows
all
that he's
having
on at-
conversations
But
at the
Mayor
same time.
Regalado knows that
On
he's
the
on
mic.
at 5:45,
Saying
so
hi to people.
maybe he's making his way up. We'll be all right. If he doesn't show up, he doesn't show up. He got here late. That's
So I have
okay.
a
As long
kiss
as
on
he's
my
here for his
forehead.
speech, that would be great.
No, you want one?
So I'm all right with that. For you guys watching out there, you can find us at kurzre.com. That's KURZRE.com. You can call us at 786-529-5273. Again, 786-529-5273. You can visit our live digital magazine at kurzmagazine.com. Check out our charities. Visit them. See what our charities we support, what they're all about. Donate some money to them. They could use you. We got the Veterans Association of Real Estate Professionals, the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. Hispanic or Hispanic? Hispanic, right? We've got the Boys and Girls Club of America and the Children's Cancer Caring Center, all a big part of our lives for one reason or another. So, ladies and gentlemen, visit our website, click on charities, check us out. While you're on our website, you can also click on Kurz Books, and you can buy either one of my books on there. You have the Blueprint, and you have Take Action that just came out last week, Friday. So you guys pay attention to that, and visit our website, mess around, check it out. Go to Apple,
Click on
Google Play
everything.
Store, and download our new app, Kurz Real
Go to
Estate.
Kurz Gear.
Visit
Buy
that.
some gear.
Yes, buy some gear. Go to kurzgear.com.
Kurz Gear.
That's kurzgear.com. So we got to show you some of this Kurz gear.
Oh, careful.
There's some Kurz gear right there. Look at the dress right
Kurz
I
there.
have the same
Kurz
dress.
gear.
He does.
I bet you look better.
I look amazing.
Thank you.
Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. So those are amazing models
does
that
fall,
are working
fall,
here
one
today and wearing some awesome Kurz gear. So go to kurzgear.com. Dustin Feely, how you doing, sir?
How we doing, man?
Thanks for filling
so
in
I
a
have
little
to
gap.
say Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. You know what? I came to party.
I don't know if it's namaste or...
Not that cheeky, but I came prepared. We got Blue Swiss Motion on one hand, the Blue Kurz band on the other hand, and then the Blue Kurz Margarita in both hands.
I want one.
We're ready to do this.
Hey,
We're ready to
not
rock.
the blue Kurz margarita. That is the closer. It
It's
has
called
a
the
name.
closer.
The closer. It has a name. It has a name.
Kurz,
We have a
closer,
special-
Kurz margarita.
We have a special drink tonight. It's called the
Couple A's,
closer.
kind of anything.
El cerrador. El cerrador.
El cerrador. Can you spell cerrador with K?
No.
No, then it's the closer.
You're out there and it's secador. No, that's with the C.
No.
No, it's sorry.
Quesador.
Don't even try it. Nope.
All right, we're done.
Quesador, guys.
All
Quesador.
right, so Dustin is the leader
You're
and
Spanish, just get
the
over
fearless
it.
leader of the Dustin Feely group. Amazing group within our company, another one of our team. Look, you're on the TV.
Oh, imagine that.
You're double TV, Doug.
Yeah. Good timing.
So perfect
That's
timing.
your
Dustin comes on
profession.
while he's on our video reel. We've got amazing video reel going through the system right now. So
I was gonna say
amazing
something, I
day
forgot
here,
to
man.
break
All right,
Well, thank
so
God on camera shot.
can you tell me, like, are you having a good time? Because I have no idea what's going on
Brother,
out there.
this is an amazing time. When we get off the air, I'm going to show you the time that you were missing. You know what? As far as the anniversary
2 hours
parties go, this is an anniversary party.
This is el
You know what?
aniversario.
We're going to have an after party.
Oh,
We're
I
gonna need
love
some
those.
blessings.
You know-
We're gonna need some blessings
Oh.
and some la.
All blessed. So Vince with PRMG came up and he was like, this is a new look for me because he's wearing all white, right? And he goes, on the way up, people were asking me to bless their chickens and their children. So
Vince is out of control.
Kurz annual white party. I don't know if we'll always do it at TMX, but let me tell you that this is an amazing venue. They're taking great care of us. You guys got to visit this theater. Come have a drink, watch a movie, just whatever. It's a really, really great theater. It's an amazing place. Brickell City Center here in Miami, Florida. So let's talk, man. You just remodeled your office.
Nice remodel. I appreciate you letting me knock down some walls and break some doors. But
Literally.
you know what? The team is very deserving. You've given us a lot of support. The business continues to grow. I wanted to do something to show appreciation and motivation to the team. I think we're all product of our environment. It's one of the great things about when I first walked into your office. That's what you would preach to me. As you know, when you're looking at the walls and you see the inspirational quotes and you feel the energy, I wanted to take that same energy for my team into the office.
Yes.
You know, that's what you gave us. So
I appreciate that, and you've done a good job at it.
You only forgot one thing about your office.
What is it?
The window that looks towards my office, so
You know
that I can
something?
hear all of the stuff you're
the
doing.
window's not in yet, but there is a peephole. I'm just putting it out
Yes.
there. You may want to think about it.
Yes, that's awesome.
It all makes sense now.
You've never changed in your office, have you?
No!
Now she can't be alone in there and just
I have
rip
a
one
people
out.
behind the printer.
Okay.
I didn't know you had one too.
Right?
I've been looking at each other the whole time.
But yeah, no, the team is on fire. They're ecstatic. You know, your productivity coaching has obviously paid off huge. It's one of the great benefits when I came over that I really appreciated. And, you know, now we get to sit here. We get to enjoy the fruits of our labor.
Yes, this is amazing. I'm
really
looking
is.
at the crowd and I'm excited. Like I want to go play. I want to go talk to people. I want to give
Yeah.
hugs, you know?
So
Like I
much
want
fun.
to. Oh my God.
I want to do a hashtag like K-Shady. I don't know.
Oh, okay, shady. I like that. I like that.
K Shady. I like it. I like it. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna go back to it again. We went with Bruce Willis, Fifth Element.
I like it. Yep. Okay.
Okay. Matt Damon,
Yep.
J Lo.
Don't call me Deepak Chopra.
You're so stupid, man.
The Rock.
The Rock?
The Rock.
Good,
And
you
then-
got it.
I nailed it. The Rock would totally wear a dashiki.
Absolutely.
It would, because he's cool like that.
I
So,
think it's cool.
hey Rock, I want to see you wearing this dashiki, and then I want you to visit our office
That's
at Kurz
right.
Real Estate, 3692 Grand Avenue. And if you ever think about selling your house, Rock,
786-367-0191.
Do you know what David is cooking? All right, so
I like how Eric comes in.
and like throws his
like
phone
you're
number
not
in
in
all
here.
the time. Oh my gosh.
Just pop in. Ah.
Like surprise.
Yo, so by the way, there's like, Nikon, what's up, man?
Now, David, I got to ask. Obviously, I'm staying around for quite some time. What does your number 2 party look like if this is your number 1?
We got plans.
We got to double
got
up.
plans.
Double up.
So listen, I agree with her. We should double in size by next
1 year, 100. We've hired more than 100 people for sure. But,
I think we can hit 250 year 2.
yeah.
I think so because now we've got it. We got the rhythm. We got it down
I'm
pat.
going for 350.
350.
Up it up, it up.
That's my boy.
Now,
That's
hold
my
on
boy
a second,
right
my
there.
ambitious
And a
brother.
couple offices.
You've already knocked a hole out of half the block to expand office space. All right, there's a little art gallery that's left. I don't know what your plans are.
We're
but
taking it
you've
over.
already taken half
Hey,
of
there's a
Coconut
building
Grove.
next door, right?
Yeah, the multifamily.
And multi.
Knock that
We'll
over.
build a catwalk. We'll make it.
Office.
You know what? We'll make every apartment an office.
And I support the expansion though. Just keep expanding all the way down to the sandbar so I can get my.
Yes. Start on Tuesdays.
No, because then we'll never see you, bro.
Oh, I'll be there. We're gonna do a patch right now.
It's like, yeah, you can see me. Just come to Sandbar, bro.
Just like a whole walkway that's that sandbar this way.
Right?
You know?
Kurz is expanding the
amazing.
Cocoa Walk.
Oh.
If you guys are watching the show, make sure that you share this show. We got about 15 minutes left of the show. We need as many people as possible to see this, share it, enjoy it, and know who we are because we're standing strong. We're an amazing company. We're doing great things. We got great people around us. Look at us. And so I'm very excited with this, man. Thanks for coming on
Hey,
the show.
David, thank you for the opportunity.
And I appreciate the impromptu, like, I didn't have any questions for you. Let's
we
give
don't
you
have to.
one
Tell me
question.
the question.
You were already a successful agent. You made some changes. You found them not to be suitable for you, and then you came with us.
Correct.
Now you're back to doing big things.
Absolutely.
What do you attribute that to?
You know, I think it's about getting in an environment that one of the things you always are talking about is how we're the average of the people that we're around. When I can get the kind of support and coaching around me that can get me to that level, obviously I was producing at a high level prior, but to get to where I wanted to go, I had to take that uncomfortable change. And sometimes when you get a little uncomfortable, you're able to have the better growth. But I attribute to the coaching. It's about having a broker and a mentor that's been there, who's done that, who knows how to guide you. You know, there's other people out there that they'll sit down and they'll write some marker on a desk and talk about we're going to build an empire, who've never been to one.
Yeah.
And I came here to make it.
D.
I came here to make an empire.
Donsville.
And we're clear on the way. And as I apply a lot of what you say, I take a lot of respect to your teachings and coachings. I've had productivity coaches, but it seems like everybody's out there saying, asking you to do things without the background or the experience or having done them. So to actually come into an organization that understands marketing, that understands motivation, support, who knows how to create an environment, but has actually done what the hell they're asking you to do. Well, I think I can attribute a lot of this. I attribute a lot of that to you, Dave.
Thank you.
And I thank you. So,
Somebody get this guy a tissue. Now. Oh, okay. Got it.
I was expecting it to.
but
No, I was kidding. I was sweating.
opportunity is everything. You know, it's a lot rests on the individual,
Yeah, it's true. It's
and
true.
you have to seize the opportunity.
So, if you could give one piece of advice to the other Kurz agents out there that are pushing to the next limit and are getting the same coaching, the same training, the same advice, the same, love, what do you do?
Apply it. It's not rocket science.
Take action.
Take action.
Take
Take action.
Take action.
You see how I set myself up to promote my book?
That was
Go
awesome.
to
That was awesome.
Amazon.com.
That was awesome.
David Kurz, take action, make it happen.
Well, in all actuality, think about this for a second. We went to an event that you were a guest speaker at up at the Seminole Hard Rock.
Yes.
And it was a great coaching event.
I was there.
Yeah, and Eric was there.
right,
We
that's
drank
right.
afterwards, and it was fantastic. But one thing that stuck
That was a good event.
out is that he said, "Hey, you're saying I'll share everything I have with you. You know why? Because more than 90% of you aren't going to do it."
That's right.
Very true.
And-
So, and I learned that, I think, the most difficult way, which is trying to hide what I was doing, beginning. Everybody's like that, so you feel like you have to be like that, And then you realize that
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Everybody
matter.
has their own path.
Doesn't
Everybody
matter.
has their own network. Everybody has their own ideas.
And then when people tell you, all right, but then you're gonna copy me. Well, isn't that flattering, right? And so somebody told me that, because then I was like, all right, I'm doing things, and now everybody else is doing them. And my friends are like, hey, listen, you must be doing something right.
Yeah.
They're paying attention.
100%.
See?
There's a reason why less than 10% of the licensed agents in this market are doing more than 90% of
That's
the
right.
90% of the business.
That's
Yeah,
right.
And I
absolutely right.
think, to the other agents out there, if you apply the coaching, we don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Nope.
We just have to follow the
You just have
leaders.
to take action, baby.
That's it.
Do the work.
But, to sum it up and to plug your book, take action.
I just want to make sure that I wasn't getting any calls on my last interview.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you, and thanks for the closer, and thank you.
El Cerrador.
El Cerrador. This is awesome. 8 minutes left. That's cool because I want to talk about my peoples. So,
All right, are we doing like
Are we facing this way?
yeah, let's do it.
All right, Jen's stuck in the middle.
like monkey in the middle?
So I feel like, well, don't get too far because
Yeah, you're getting way too
people
far,
to see
Jen.
you.
Yeah,
Plus you-
always
I'll stay in the center.
Hey, always doing crazy shit.
So
Uh-huh.
let's talk about how we started.
How we
Because
started?
We've got great books. We've got I didn't even mean to say books. I apologize. We've got a great book of business, and we've done it together, and we grew together. And so let's talk about the beginning of all this shit, right? So in your words, how did Kurz Real Estate start?
Man.
And while you say that, I'm gonna eat this.
You know what? Kurz Real Estate was founded out of frustration of what we were doing at that moment. We were presented with some obstacles in life, and we said, you know what? Fuck you. We're doing this ourselves, man. We're gonna figure this whole thing out, and we're gonna build something where people don't end up frustrated the way we were at our places.
That's true.
And that's what we
true.
did.
I remember that.
That is a good point.
Yeah. For me, it started on the side of a pool, where he's telling me, you know, they're telling me that I should have a brokerage and this and that, and then we discussed the numbers and the details, and it was like gun ho from there. Then he shared this with Eric, and the fact that Eric and Ari jumped in the way that they did and believed in David and in our potential as a group was impressive, you know, and you know, joining forces together definitely makes this company so much better and makes it what it is today, you know, and it was scary. We were sitting in our dining table, in our dining table, talking about this. Yeah, we're like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and you know, we start with 3,000 square feet, and then all of a sudden we're 6,000. It's like so much, and it's such and it's scary. And in the beginning, I say this all the time. You start a business, and the beginning is more like you're putting money, you're putting out, you're putting out, you're putting out, you're putting out, and all you have is
scary.
faith.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's
Faith
scary.
on your
Shit.
labor.
Oh my God, who brought this one in here? Oh!
She went right under the velvet rope.
Yeah, nobody saw her.
She was walking
Snuck
by.
right in.
So this is Ari, Eric's wife. So when we were saying,
Now everybody knows I'm taken. Damn it!
when we were saying that I'm good. I'm not used to this. This is amazing. Do it again. So, thank you. So, just snuck in.
It looks cool.
Where are my bouncers? I know, we're matching.
You match.
Yeah, it's a white party. So, when we started this business, we were talking about how this all started and how it began. And so,
Yeah.
we we connected, and I remember sitting at the dining table, and you brought up the side of the pool, and remember how that kind of like just, the whole weekend was then
was all
from that
about
point
that.
forward was about that. And then we came home, and one conversation with these guys, and then we're
And
looking
that
at
was it.
places.
Like
We're
a
all
week
up and down
later.
Brickell and condos and this and that. We're at the Latitude.
It wasn't a conversation. Eric was like,
We're doing this.
Dave called me, and he's having an idea. I'm like, all right. He's like, he's gonna open a brokerage. I'm like, I'm in. He's like, I didn't even tell you what it is. I'm like, I'm in. So.
And we thought you were going to be apprehensive about
I know,
it.
because I was like all pregnant and hormonal.
Yes.
So,
And you're going to change your
And
house,
he
your house,
kinda
you did
made-
so many things, yeah.
Without talking to you,
right.
and I was like, are you sure you don't want to check in your wife? And he's like, I know she'll be in, but all right, I'll do that. Yeah, all right.
I'll give her a courtesy. Yeah.
He's like, oh my God, you're in? I'm like, yeah. And he
No,
called
that was
in
awesome. You guys were-
I know.
Talk about faith.
I know.
And here we are like, how are we going to get this done?
I know.
And I was telling, when she responded, she goes, all right. I was like, maybe I should repeat it. I was like, hell no, take that yes and go, man.
Hello?
Oh, man.
No, we did. We were in.
And we're here,
We
1
did,
year later.
Because you have to
And there were so many that
We have to
told
take
us
the
that we
risk.
weren't going to do it.
I know.
How
So
many
many.
people tried to get in our way? How many people tried to stop
my
us?
God.
How many threatening phone calls did I get from other brokerages telling me that I needed to stop recruiting their agents?
How many people told us we were
They wouldn't
crazy
leave you if they were happy.
when you came up with the idea?
How
many people told you were crazy when you came up with the
Oh
idea?
yeah. How many prestigious business people told us we were crazy when we came
Went
up
out of
with
their
the
way to
idea?
tell us that.
Right?
And now here we are.
Little did they know, several awards later, a lot of technology later, a lot of new agents later, a lot of great relationships,
A lot of hair loss.
a lot of gloss, a lot of white.
Both losing hair during this process. What is
Yeah,
this?
It's all good.
He lost his hair, my shit turned white, but hey,
Oh, we lost weight. We lost weight. We lost fabulous.
All right.
we're not eating, we're not sleeping, we're losing hair, we're turning white. It's
We're gonna take it to the toxic Avenger soon.
Fantastic.
This is awesome.
We haven't done that in a long time. It's fantastic.
And you said it a couple times on the show. I've actually heard you a couple times. I just haven't done it.
Jen used to mess with me. For some reason, fantastic was okay to repeat 30 million times, but amazing was not.
David would use the word amazing on everything.
Everything was amazing
Everything
to
is
me,
amazing.
you know?
On his listings, it was an amazing 5-bedroom with an amazing floor plan, with an amazing slide.
Everything else, these toothbrushes in the bathroom while I was there. It was crazy. It's just nuts.
The tile from Africa,
And now we're
amazing.
Oh, she dropped her glasses.
I know, I did. There's like 100 more going on. I'll pick them up.
All right,
So-
we have a minute.
I know, it's a minute, and I really just wanted to say something. I'm like really happy that we did this with you guys.
I'm very happy, yes.
that we decided to do this with Dave. Dave is an amazing broker.
Amazing.
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 We're a great team, and,
Yes, we
I'm
are.
so happy what's
Yes,
going
we
to
are.
happen in the next year, and 2 and 3 and 4. And I'm just very grateful for all the hard work, and especially all of us, but especially to Dave,
course.
because he really does put
A
his
lot.
blood, sweat, tears, and everything, and I'm just really happy.
He puts all sorts of bodily fluids in there.
What empty? Jesus, they took it to him. Way to ruin a very sentimental moment for me. I almost cried. I appreciate you blocking that. I appreciate you blocking that.
Go.
Thank you very much. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to our 100th episode on our 1-year anniversary at Kurz Real Estate. We look forward to episode 153 on our 2-year anniversary. We're looking forward to not skipping a week for you guys. Every single week, every Thursday at 4 p.m. We will be live. We will be bringing you great information on entrepreneurship, on leadership, on real estate, what the market's bringing to you, what buyers should be doing, what sellers should be doing, and most importantly for me, what real estate professionals should be doing. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Eric, Jen, Ariana, Dave, we love you guys. We appreciate
Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.